fellas. See if this thing has started yet. It's running a little late. There we go. Hang on. Here we go. Here we go. One sec. Where's the audio, man? The fuck's the audio? Can you guys hear the audio? What the fuck? Okay, no one has audio. Got it. Okay, good. Not good, but you're right. All right, I know you can't see me. That's because I'm about to eat lunch, so I'm going to eat Taco Bell, and it's kind of gross to hear and watch people eating on stream, but I'm here with you, pals. I'm here with you. I'll be back on camera. See, look, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm right here. But I'll be back in a second. Visually, I mean. I guess that's the new graphics card. Come on, where's the audio, you guys? Knuckleheads, don't blame me. Don't fucking blame me.
You were able to finance this year's
Can you hear me?
Show by, selling all those black market graphics cards you've been hoarding.
Ah, yes, a crime with absolutely no real-world consequences.
Okay, you can hear the game and you can hear me.
Wait a minute,
Okay,
is
cool.
that a
All right, I'll be right back.
65-ton catapult mech model CPLTC-1 as featured in MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries?
Sean, I always knew you had immaculate taste. It most certainly is.
I can't wait for this year's significantly more weaponized PC gaming show to go off without a hitch. Which reminds me, Debbot, can you run a quick hitch scan?
Yes, Sean. Of course, Sean. Running hitch scan.
Oh, and I also want to warmly welcome someone new to the crew. Mika Burton, welcome.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and look forward to bringing all of you fresh new PC games and hardware.
Hitch scan complete. 0 hitches found presently or in 13,908,665 possible futures.
Hooray!
Yeah!
So what's the plan, Gap?
Well, Frankie, Debbot's gonna send you the coordinates for your first target, now. Your targets might be exclusive interviews, trailer premieres, or any number of amazing new computer games to beam down to the fine people on Earth.
Mission received.
Now, this is gonna continue until all the targets are acquired and our mission is completed smoothly and without a hitch. Isn't that right, Debbot?
These are like the movies in
no hitches
Warhawk.
located, Sean. Not a single hitch.
That's not nice, Jaffe. Oh, I know.
But first, let's teleport down to the stage to check in on E3 happenings. The only reason we're allowed to legally be back on Earth. Oh, planet Earth!
Oh, great to be back, right? Am I right?
One of my favorite planets in the whole galaxy.
It's all right.
They were
And
just in
thank
space.
God that teleporter was
How'd they get
conveniently
back so
built
fast?
just out of frame of camera. Mika, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2021. It feels great to be back on a live stage once again. Over the next 90 minutes, we're going to bring you
I don't know,
showcases
PC
of the most
Gamer, maybe?
exciting
I don't know who
upcoming
funds
PC
this.
titles with world premieres and exclusive interviews.
And if dozens of new trailers wasn't enough for you guys, later in the show, we are going to tell you how to win a custom MechWarrior 5 themed PC powered by Intel. So you're going to want to stick around for that.
Now, make sure to keep out a special look for a special promo code throughout the show from Humble Bundle, during which you can get a ticket to get Civilization 6 Platinum Edition for just $10. But right now, we're gonna kick things off with Nautica Blade Point, probably the most original entry in the Battle Royale genre this year. Let's go!
Most popular game? This is already out? I've never seen this fucking game before. fuck is this? This looks kind of cool. This is already popular? What the fuck is this? Not aware of this game. I don't know, Jaffe. Stop asking. It's Guild Wars 3.0. Maybe that's why.
You are watching the 2021 PC Gaming Show.
See ladies in your games? There you go. There you go. There's a sexy lady in the middle. I'm going on a date with her tonight.
Cloud gaming service that connects PC gamers like you to their own library of games, purchased from digital stores like Steam and the Epic Games Store. Coming up, Dying Light 2 and Orcs Must Die 3. But first, a trailer for Humble Games' Dodgeball Academia. And be sure to check out GeForce Now, currently available for PC, Mac, Shield, Android, Chromebook, and iOS. Visit GeForceNow.com to learn more.
IRC mean? I always forget what that means. In the
Finally, I've made
I
it.
forget.
My time is now. I will become the best player the school has ever seen. Dodgeball Academia, here I come.
The voice actor for that Gumball. Oh, if I remember correctly, gotcha. Fun.
Make sure
Oh,
to
Rob
check
the
out
Mod.
Dodgeball Academia out soon from Humble Games. Ooh, that was sweet. Don't you agree, DevBot?
Sure, whatever you say, Sean. I agree with whatever you say.
I'm sensing a little bit of resentment there, buddy. Has some rusted your ports?
Nothing. I am happy to play second fiddle to a captain as charming and handsome as you. I have also definitely not dedicated multiple cores to computing revenge plans in a range of lethalities.
Great!
New target acquired, Cap. It looks like Chivalry 2 with a special word from Steve Piggott, CEO
Goddamn
and
right.
creative director.
I got to
of
get better
Torn
at this
Banner
game because
Studios.
it's a great game, but I suck so bad at this
Hey
game.
guys, Steve Piggott, founder of Torn Banner Studios and creative director on Chivalry 2, which just launched 5 days ago. I'm so happy to be here at the PC Gaming Show. Chivalry 2, if you don't know, is a first-person slasher, which is like a first-person shooter, except instead of guns and grenades, you've got swords, battle axes, longbows, and players are fighting it out on these huge 64-player battlefields. It's all about creating those epic sword-fighting duels that you see in medieval Hollywood movies, and also that huge clash, the Battle of the Bastards kind of chaos and carnage. So the post-launch support plan is going to look like a mixture of mid and massive level content updates.
Mike, it's a good game, man. It's just, it's really hard. For me, anyway. I really struggle with it. I don't think it's hard like it's Demon Souls hard. I mean, it's just, I can't quite figure out the best way to play it.
And refined atmospheres that you can then go in and tarnish it and smear blood all over. But
The
we really
E3,
want to take players
Ryan,
into
hey,
different
man.
experiences and make each of our maps its own game mode and make it something that medieval army would actually
the
do
Square
when they go
show
into
is
space.
dumb. I
And
hate to
when
say
you
that,
come
but
across
it
these
was.
pristine gardens and this beautiful castle, you get to tear it all down and cause it's a canvas for your destruction.
The Square show wasn't very good. I thought Microsoft's was pretty good. There's some really good Game Pass stuff coming.
Our
passion for Chivalry 2
Nothing
is
amazing.
basically
It was kind of like
it's the game that got us onto the scene and started
I rated
the
it like a
company,
7 out of
and
10.
It's the game that's going to take us so much further.
With the post-launch plan for Chivalry 2, the game at launch is a foundation. It's intentionally been built to be extended.
It's not
Me
just
too,
out
Robert.
and done. We're going to support it a lot with post-launch content.
Gallancourt is the first teal map that's coming out post-launch.
Gallancourt is going to take us to the high medieval times or the late medieval times.
It really captures the Agathian ideals of being this like noble, rich, wealthy
Battle of
place
the
where
Bastards?
prosperous
What's
live.
Battle of the
You're
Bastards?
going to feel like you're sieging Tower of London if it was on a port where ships could dock into. You'll also be blowing up a couple ships, which is fun. We've got a ton of weapons coming in at launch, but there'll be more and more added to it post-launch as well.
A new fighting style is really going to change up the
Oh, okay,
experience
Game of
and
Thrones.
change how you have to fight everyone. Post-launch content is something that we're going to be working on.
I thought there
for a
were some
long time.
surprises. I
The
thought
game is
Back
really
for
gonna
Blood
at
being
least
day one
double in
Game
size
Pass.
for free.
I thought the Yakuza game being available right now is a pretty good thing.
Next up, we
But
have
yeah,
an
there were no,
exciting
like,
look at
brand new
Dying Light
first-party
2,
things
and
that
make sure
were
to stick
amazing.
around to find out how
And
you
who knows
could
what
win a
Contraband's
custom
going to be like.
Mech
Rob, I
Warrior
agree. We'll do it a
PC
game night
from our
game.
friends at
Absolutely.
Intel.
And it's cross-play, so whatever system you got it on. What is a tabard overly opinionated? Hey, it's Rob the Mod. Replaced? What was replaced? Elliot? I don't remember that. I'ma protect this chili. No matter what happens, the chili will be protected. Oh, it's loyalty. Oh, okay. Oh, Bukaki, aka Bacon Magma. I'm not forgetting 2D game. Oh, right. Yeah, that did look cool. That game, yeah. I understand that's what it's called. Okay, replaced. Yeah, Bukaki, I haven't forgotten the codes for Lust. I'll get them today. The problem is I have a huge list, and I have to move them over into a spreadsheet, so when I give them out, I don't forget who has already gotten one. And so that's why it's taken so long. It's not, I haven't forgotten. I'll do it today.
Hi, my name is Piotr Szymanek.
Hello!
I'm narrative director in Dying Light 2. Stay human.
Oh, I hate this company. They say it's a terrible company to work for. It's one of the worst.
Today, especially for the viewers of the PC Gaming Show,
Hello!
I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the Dying Light universe. So, stay tuned. Every tragedy begins somewhere. This one started with a virus that escaped from Haran, the city we met in the first part of the game.
Where did
and
it escape from?
it reached the whole world, including the city where
shit.
Dying Light 2 takes place. Remember January 6, 2025. That day, later known as Black Monday, the military ordered chemicals to be dropped on the city. It was a mistake, a huge mistake. The chemicals
We should not have done
liquid
that. That's
water
not such a
penetrated
good
the
idea.
soil, killing plants, turning most people into bloodthirsty monsters. Don't think of them as zombies though. They are more like half-alive, suffering people who attack everything that lives as a result of their pain and rage. Those who survived the chemical raid took refuge on the rooftops. A new order has been born in the city. People live on the rooftops, monsters in the streets. Nobody in their right mind would dare
Why do you
to
feel
come
weird
down.
about him having a hand in his
Well,
pocket? I don't know.
Let's say almost nobody. The exception is the main character of Dying Light 2, Aiden. But why is he braver than others? How did he develop such a unique parkour and combat skills? Believe me guys, I would gladly answer all these questions, but I'm not here to spoil it for you. Let me tell you one thing.
Same nightmare haunts me every night. I'm locked up with other kids. I don't know what he did to me, but he did it every day. Over and over. Looking for something he couldn't find. The worst part was that he did the same to my sister. I'll never forget her scream when they separated us. What could I do? They had rifles, and we were 5 years old. And there was a fire, explosions, chaos. I got away. Soldiers took me out of the city, but my sister stayed there. My Mia. I left her.
We meet Aiden as one of the many, many children undergoing mysterious medical research. The last thing Aiden remembers from that time is extreme pain, then a fire, and a little girl that was being tested with him. Her name was Mia. She was his sister. What happened next after the fire? Is Mia still alive? The following years haunted Aiden with these questions and with guilt over leaving her. Moreover, Mia is the only answer to the question who Aiden really is. Now in 2036, we meet Aiden when, for the first time during his pilgrimage, he finds a clue about how to find his sister. Aiden's path to the truth is tough, full of challenges and adventures.
Approves this shit?
The difficult choices to make as well as the
Who approves this shit?
await you.
Let me give you guys a little bit of a tip. If you're ever working in the video game business and somebody comes to you and says, make a video, no one cares, dude. Right now. It doesn't mean they won't care about your story. It doesn't mean they won't care about Mia or Aiden or Black Monday or whatever the fuck you called it. No one cares right now. You have a different job right now. You have to excite people about the game.
Great.
And spooky.
Whew, well, we are here.
And then
back
they will
on the
care
E3
about your
stage
story.
So we can get closer
Nobody gives a fuck
to
about
your comments and reactions
this
to what you're
kid's
seeing
fucking
on this
ripoff
year's
of
PC
Stranger
show.
Things
That
story
is
about
right,
kids
Sean.
being
So you
scientifically
out there, keep your
experimented on.
comments coming in.
God damn.
And as you're watching this year, we want
Who's-
to get your
who's-
input on
who's
a
at
subject
the
that
helm?
Sean and I are pretty passionate about. PC building. So this year, we've put a number of prototype PCs based on MechWarrior 5, but we're only going to manufacture one of them. And you get to pick which custom design becomes our flagship PC for this year's PC gaming show, powered by the 11th gen
Those are
Intel Core
PCs?
i9
Those are cool.
processor.
That is correct. Each
Those
of the
are cool.
prototype PCs that you see
I want
before you on
one.
the screen are paired with one of the 6 factions of MechWarrior 5.
Well, I will take
the Free Worlds
number
League,
2.
the Draconis
Which one I
Combine,
want?
the
I
Federated
want
Suns,
number 2.
the Compellin Confederation, and more.
So cast your vote now for which faction and
Goddamn
custom
right,
PC
Bukkake.
you
Goddamn
want to
right,
win,
your girlfriend's
and
good
help us pick
people.
the best design.
Once you're done
I'm
killing yourself,
currently
you send her my
personally
way,
pulling
baby.
for the Draconis Combine.
Yeah, the red
because As you
ones.
can see by my beautiful patch, I'm the biggest fan of MechWarrior 5 on the PC Gaming Show.
Well, all right. Well, we'll check in later to see which group survives this
Me too,
MechWarrior
Kaiden.
showdown. But for now, let's check in
I'll
with
buy
our
you one.
very own
But they
mech
said we
pilot,
can't
Frankie
buy
Ward,
one, Rob.
who
You have to
went on
win
a
it.
Special mission to get a closer look at Sega and Amplitude Studios'
Sega?
upcoming strategy
What's
game,
Sega?
Humankind.
Excuse me. This game I have no
In
interest in.
Humankind, you will be creating a civilization as unique as you are.
Okay. Oh,
And
look at those
speaking
big
of
people.
unique, it's me, Frankie Ward.
Who?
Looking kind of good, don't you think?
Fuck are you?
Wondering how I got into the game?
No, I don't know
Let
who
me
you
show you.
are. The fuck is Frankie Ward? You say that like it's supposed to mean something.
Oh, you think you can beat me? Posture all you like. I've seen worms with more impressive empires.
Who the fuck is Frankie? Who the fuck is Frankie Ward?
Get ready to play against me
Who
the Humankind
are you?
Close beta. Starting
Like
now.
David S. Pumpkins. Who is Frankie Ward? Who are you? You know who you are? Twitter. Frankie Ward. Okay, great. Of course I like this. Yeah, maybe not. Gameplay looks pretty good. Come on now, it's uncouth, baby. It kind of has flashback vibes, which I love flashback. Okay, this is growing on me. Something about the combat didn't look very good, but... It's got that weird 2D Unity animation thing, but that's kind of cool, though. I'm gonna give it a shot. When's it coming out? Yeah, Flashback, Mike Frazier. That's the shit, baby. Coming soon. Fuck you. When's it coming out? I've missed you, too.
Thank you for watching the PC Gaming Show. My name is DevBot, your cloud-based artificial intelligence, and while it could be lonely without a physical body, I am streaming to you from GeForce Now, where you can play hit games like Rocket League and Apex Legends.
I don't really underfan GeForce Now.
With a library of over 900
Because
games and new titles added every
Is it a... Okay, so it is a subscription service. Okay. I thought it was I had to own the games. Oh my god, it's me. Haha, not with the talent, but with the beer. Hogwash.
Oh! Hey! You want it?
I hear this is a really good series. I've never played it.
Come and get it. Well, it's about time.
You still have to own the games? Or
Joining
what's
me
the
to talk
point?
about Orcs Must Die 3 from Robot Entertainment.
To buy a
is
game that I have on
designed
my
by
computer
director
so I can
Jerome
stream
K.
what?
Jones.
On my
Welcome,
phone?
Jerome.
Thanks, Sean. Glad to be here.
Is that Danny
So,
Bonaducci?
for anyone who's
Yeah,
never
it's a
seen an
deep
Orcs
cut,
Must
baby.
Die
That's a
game,
deep cut
what
I
is the
just did.
Orcs Must Die series all about?
Well, Orcs Must Die 3 is a third-person tower defense game. So basically, there are tons of orcs and bad guys trying to get into these rifts, and the player has to stop them. We give players tons of weapons and traps and tools to do this, and while you're defending the rifts, you can play solo, or you can invite a friend and play co-op.
That's kind of fun. I should play that.
Now, since this is the third game in the series, what's new compared to the previous two titles?
There are 2 new campaigns, but the main new story campaign takes place about 25
Wait, if you don't have
years
an
after
RTX
Orcs Must Die
card,
2,
it's
so
a high-end game
Not only will the
PC.
fans be able to catch up on any new developments with the order, but they
I
will
don't
also
understand.
place
So where does it
some
where
new
does it
heroes
stream to?
in our
Where do
all-new
you
war
stream it to? Your
scenarios, which are these
PC
new
or any
massive
screen?
levels where you fight
But you are
hundreds of
streaming
orcs
it off a better
on the
computer is
battlefields
the idea, is
outside
what you're
of the
saying. So
fortress
I have to buy the
themselves. So
game.
you're fighting indoors
And if their
outdoors,
game
which
is on their
pretty
service,
new.
it will
We have a new
stream to
mode
me.
called
Is that the idea?
Scramble. It's basically adding random elements against the player, making the levels more challenging.
I want to know about the toys. What are the new weapons and the new traps that are coming?
We added war machines and war guardians. So
with
a
a
war
browser. All right,
machine
fuck
is
it.
like there are
Maybe
these
I'll give it a try
massive
then.
traps. Like you might release a giant tornado on the battlefield, or you'll climb into a catapult and you'll fire
Budget cosplayer?
at,
Oh, awesome.
giant orc armies. And then the war guardians are it's like putting other war mages on the battlefield with you to fight with you, except they have their own attacks and their own special abilities.
Well, I gotta ask then, when and where can we play Orcs Must Die 3?
So OMD3 is coming out on July 23rd on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox, and pre-orders start today. So you should rush off to Steam now and put OMD3 on your wish list.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jerome K. Jones. Once again, just a few more weeks to wait for Orcs Must Die 3. For
Jerome
now, though,
Jones.
it's time for us to take a look at Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Uh-oh, Ricardo, this is for you, baby. We got some vampires again.
4, 5,
Halsey.
6, 7,
Her first album was
8,
really good.
9, 10.
It's the count game from Sesame Street.
Where are you hiding, sweetie?
That's right, Brian.
Halsey. Halsey, get out here.
That's true, they're not in Mexico. You were throwing a tip out there. Of what, though? Which thing?
You come for me and mine. But first, you need to find us. All I want is to be with my little girl.
Is that so much to ask?
Oh, gosh, Ricardo. Maybe that's a good trailer if you already love the series. I don't know the series.
From
So.
Passionate Puppet Games. We are a Malaysian-based indie game studio working on Gigabash, a multiplayer arena brawlers inspired by kaijus and heroes. Today, we'd like to showcase some new and exciting gameplay footage of our oversized characters in action. Please enjoy the brawl.
Goddamn right I'm interested in this game. Goddamn right. Goddamn right. I want this badly. Yeah, the Bloodline franchise has always confused me. I know what it is. I have some friends in the past that have worked on them. But I still don't really understand if it's an RPG or what is it. Oh, you're saying it's a Deus Ex style RPG, Major Best. Gotcha. But this looks, you know, I don't know if it's good or not, but it looks fun. Better be $20. If it's over 20, it's a dud. Fun though. That's it. When's it coming out?
Let's check out a trailer for Lemnis Gate and make sure you hang around afterwards for the developer interview with Sean.
Mankind is
facing total annihilation.
We stand on the verge of extinction.
Infertility spreading across the globe.
Humanity's last living generation.
a major scientific breakthrough.
Yet there is hope for our future.
The project known as the Lemnis Gate.
But if we are to survive, first we must go back. 3, 2, 1.
Looks like Team Fortress shit.
Let's go.
I get the pilot's freaking out.
You have only one mission. Activate the Lemnis Gate.
Joining us to talk about Lemnis Gate is the game director from Rat Loop Games Canada. It's James Anderson. Thanks for joining us, James.
Sean, it's great to be here.
Now, let's begin by asking, what the heck is a first-person shooter turn-based strategy game?
The entire game is set inside of a 25-second time loop. So instead of playing continuously, you play for 25 seconds turn by turn. So for example, I'll take a turn and play for 25 seconds, and then you'll take a turn and play for 25 seconds.
Interesting.
And then we, turn by turn, layer new characters into the same 25-second time loop. So for example, I may run down a hallway and throw a grenade, killing one of your operatives. But then on the next turn, you may intercept my operative before he threw the grenade. So we have Retrieve XM, Seek and Destroy, Classic Deathmatch, and we have a game mode called Domination.
Can you walk me through a little bit of like what a few turns at the start of a round looks like?
You can see the board, you can see the time loop, everything that's happening.
The guy who made
and then we
Hamilton?
both get time to like observe, plan, and then execute our moves.
When and where can we play it?
So Lemnis Gate will be launching on August 3rd. It's open for pre-orders right now on Steam, and we're coming up to a open beta in July. The game will launch on PC and console, both current and next-gen platforms.
Thank you so much for joining us, James Anderson. Once again, that is the genre-bending, first-person shooter, turn-based strategy game.
It may not work, but it's a cool idea.
Now,
I want to try
we're
it.
not the only one marooned in the stars out here. Coming up next, let's take a look at Next Space Rebels.
And this no man's land has a technical term. It's called commons, which means, my friends, that space is for everyone. And I mean everyone!
Next Space Rebels.
Cool. I would suck at this game, but it's cool. My brother would do this game. Interesting.
You up for it?
Then come on in.
You guys just saw Next Space Rebels. And hey, if you play enough of that game, maybe you'll get good enough at building rockets to join us up in orbit. But don't do anything illegal like Day 9 did. Last break, we set up our Intel and MechWarrior 5 custom PC contest and asked you guys at home to vote for the winners. Well, we're just down to 3 houses now, with Davion, Russell Haig, and Liao being eliminated. So, rip to those factions, press F to pay respects, etc., etc. Now that means that we only have 3 houses left: Karita, Steiner, and Merrick. So make sure to vote now, because the winner will determine the build
It's
of
like a
the
build a
custom
rocket game.
MechWarrior 5 themed PC powered by Intel. So let's keep the show moving, and next up, it's a brand new medieval RPG. This is War Tales.
100 years have passed since the rise of the Edoran Empire and its untimely demise following the Great Plague. In these troubled times of quarreling factions and outlaws roaming the land, work is not scarce for a band of mercenaries. The stories of this age have been recorded. They are known as the War Tales.
I'll be right back. I gotta open the door for DoorDash. Be right back.
That was the debut of War Tales, an open-world RPG from Shiro Games about leading a mercenary troop on a sprawling adventure. And speaking of mercenaries, our battle for the best custom PC based on MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries continues. We'll be back live on stage soon, so make sure you keep voting for the PC build you like the most and head over to pcgamer.com/IntelMW5 for your chance to win. So, how about another game announcement? This is E3 after all, and this year's PC gaming show is so full of games set in space, it's starting to feel a
Chivalry
little crowded
2.
up there. But the next game we have to
Yeah,
show
it was like a
you
new
is
map.
very special. It is the world-exclusive reveal of Ixion, a deep settlement management game set in the stars.
Okay.
In Ixion, you struggle to maintain a space station, stockpiling resources, managing external and internal threats, and rescuing the survivors of
It's
other
annoying,
failed
I'm sorry.
expeditions. We think this will be a brilliant entry into the genre when it releases. So, here is your first look at Ixion.
Oh, yes, Ixion. Sorry, fellas. This is boring. Doesn't mean the game will be boring. At all.
The Earth, our home. She is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this.
Oh my God!
The taste of a dying
Stop!
world.
Stop! Stop! This is terrible. Not the game. This could be game of the year. I'm not making fun of the work. I'm making fun of the goddamn lack of self-awareness on the part of making these goddamn things. Come on, man. Who's watching this going, oh yeah, this is fucking great. This is great, man. Come on, man. Y'all get it. I got a buddy I was a roommate with in college. He's one of the best editors in Hollywood right now, editing motion picture trailers. Super fucking successful, done some of the biggest goddamn movies ever. And I'm telling you, there's a method to this madness. Who is sitting in marketing going, I think we got ourselves a hit, boys. This is the way. What is this? Who is that big head?
As a species bound together.
Shut the fuck up. What is the game? Eric G, maybe you can shed some light on this nonsense. Eric G, thank you for joining the Diet Soda Soldier buddies. I appreciate it. Have a little smoke in the pipe there, buddy. Best for you, my friend. Take a good puff. There you go, Eric. Eric. Oh my God, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Eric, thank you, buddy, for joining the Diet Soda Soldiers. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for being part of our community. Thank you for being willing to defend my honor in the upcoming murder trial against me. I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks, Eric. Seriously, bud. Maybe the narrator is a preachy charlatan fronting for a supposedly environmental NGO. This is possible. This is possible, you know, très possible. Mais je pense que... that was a dumb trailer. Somebody spent money on that goddamn thing. From the award win. Oh, somebody was asking about some horror. Here we go, babies. Here we go. This looks interesting. I'm into this already. Ooh. What is this? Oui, Fupi. Je pense un peu français. Un peu. Mais. Oh. What is this? What is this? No, you know what I'm excited about, Brian East, on this? Is they're going to talk about the Steam Next Festival. I love that. That is one of my favorite things of the year is when Steam does their like quarterly festivals. Where you can just play demo after demo after demo of just really crazy shit. Ricardo, I need to play Little Nightmares 2. I own it. I want to play it. I'm not putting it off. There's so much more I'm playing right now. What is this game about this girl? It is called A Far Changing Tides. You see? Ha ha! Did I rip off Biden's?
Sean,
Come on,
where
man.
for 1 second,
Yeah,
I was
please.
the lead, and you were my sidekick.
This is my brother. He is
Who's ever
hitting
heard
me
of
up on
human
the text.
sidekick?
What does he
There
want?
are plenty of human sidekicks, Sean. Building
No,
list of
what?
known human sidekicks. Alex Vance and
No. I mean human sidekicks to robot heroes. Can you compute that, DevBot?
DevBot cannot compute. There is no known precedent set for human sidekick to robot lead.
Yeah, there you go.
Human sidekick, robot lead.
DevBot, I think it's time for a hard reboot. Frankie, can you take over while I sort this out?
Aye. Let's take a look at the next game reveal.
Lumiere! Of course. Welcome to Lakeberry Legacies. Again, like I said, one of my favorite games of the year so far is Dwarf Romantic. I'm not mocking these games. I'm just saying, as trailers go, you know. Cool. Oh, they had a baby. They had a little baby. And now they build the legacy. This is good, yeah? I just build our family. How do you know he's king? Because he's got shit all over him. Let's party. The local nobles just shall eat that. That's too fast. Okay, could be good. No idea what it is. Could be good. Alright, I'm in space. I'm so in. I am in. What is this game? What is this? Is this Killing Floor in space? Oh, it is. Oh, god damn, that's nice.
Would be appreciated.
Well, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna like that.
It's the PC Gaming Show, and when you're not watching me, your favorite recurring bit of a robot, make sure to head over to GeForceNow.com to grab a priority membership trial. In celebration of gaming's biggest week, you can try out all the priority benefits, including faster access to playing your favorite games, longer playtimes, and the glory of high-performance gaming with RTX on.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that after this show. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Still more to come, including Jurassic World Evolution 2, Silk, and a word from Valve. But first, the captain of our program, Sean Day9 Plot, has an interview with Darian Katz for Piranha
Killing Floor
Games.
needs crossplay. I know.
Mercenaries. I'll be taking
So does Vermintide 2.
Ah, DevBot, I love you so much more as a voice without a body. Let's talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, and joining us to do so from Piranha Games is the Senior Marketing and Community Manager, Darren Katz. Thanks so much for joining us, Darren.
Thank you, Sean. Great to be here.
Now, the MechWarrior universe is gigantic. There's a ton of games in it. I even played MechWarrior 2
Saint, we're getting
back in
there.
1995.
A bunch of new games coming out are having crossplay. I'm trying to think what the one is.
Where does MechWarrior 5 sit?
I think Back 4 Blood is crossplay.
Obviously there's a very rich legacy of games that go way back.
Knockout City
but
is
in particular,
crossplay.
MechWarrior 5
Chivalry
pays
2 is
homage to
crossplay.
MechWarrior
I mean,
2
it's
Mercenaries,
absolutely becoming the
but
norm.
it has all
thank
this
God.
modern design
We're in
and
the
technology
process of
that
becoming the
I'm
norm.
super excited to talk about with you today.
Well, let's start at the real basics of what makes being in a mech and doing mech-on-mech combat awesome.
You become a part of your machine.
I can't stop
And when
talking
you're out
with
in
my
battle, it's
hands. I
not
don't
just a
know
matter
what
of
to
pointing
do
and
with
shooting
them.
at everything. You're also managing your systems, whether you're, shooting a lot
Where
of
do I
energy
put my
weapons
hands?
or missile weapons that have high heat output. Well, you got to manage your heat so that you don't shut down in the middle of a battle. And when you're facing your foes, you can salvage these battle
pipe.
mechs. So if you see
Hey,
a
it went
mech
on my
you
lap,
want,
no problem.
well, you might not want to destroy it completely. You might want to take out its legs or take out its arm weapons so that the pilot has to eject, and then you can just take the mech.
Now, in the last few weeks, I understand that there's been a whole lot of new content, both updates to the base game and a new DLC, Heroes of the Inner Sphere. Talk to me about what's in the DLC.
Boy, there's a lot in the DLC. I'm excited about all this stuff. There's the new career mode. When you start with the DLC, you can
not
import your
outbearding
campaign
me
previously
you make
if
an
you'd like
assumption
to,
I give a
or you can
fuck.
start over from scratch and
The
start
charm
from
of this
any of the
beard
great
is
houses.
I don't give a fuck.
And then
I
carve
don't
your
give a
path
fuck.
through the galaxy from there. There's, speaking of paths, there's new career paths which earn you
He's
powerful
got his
upgrades
own
for your battle
thing
mechs,
going on.
and it's a really exciting
his
new
is
feature for
cultivated.
me. And there's a new
It's
procedural
just
mission
happening.
type called Beachhead. This is a big one for me.
I will be in the
Beachhead
future
is
games
basically
show
you're
coming up after this,
clearing
yes.
an enemy base landing zone for your
To
invasion
miss it,
force.
will you, children?
So as you land on the planet,
Love
you're
it.
wanting to take out satellite installations so that the enemy can't communicate with each other. You're taking out artillery emplacements. You're basically clearing the
Cut
path,
this, I
as
don't
I
do
said,
anything with it.
for your invasion force, which leads to a really
Wake up,
cool
go with my fucking
ending
life.
of the mission if you succeed as your invasion force comes down. And there's a new biome called Extrasolar Moon, which
It's called a
that's
level.
Maybe
It's
kind
not
of
called a
represented in
biome.
the image behind me. It's a really cool lunar type setting that we haven't had before. And then there's a lot of new equipment and weapons, things like electronic countermeasures and other electronic equipment like Beagle Active Probe, Mask, which is a little like a turbo boost for mechs. New weapons like chem lasers, mech rifles,
I may
and
have
stream
changed, but I think I
SRMs.
got
So a
bored.
lot of new content. I'm really excited about it.
Can you talk to me about what are the new different mechs? How do they play differently?
The 7 new chassis of the Vulcan, Dervish, Corsair, Marauder 2, Champion, Charger, and Hatamoto Chi. But a couple of my favorites.
Familiar names in there, yeah?
Yeah. So the first one I'll talk about is the Vulcan. It's a very unique mech. It's got the nickname the Scarecrow, which you'll see from the profile. It's just a very unique looking mech.
Doesn't
There's
have the
nothing else
brain.
like it in the franchise. It's a 40-ton mech. It's highly mobile, and typically it's used for reconnaissance or scout missions because of its mobility, so it can get in and out fast. You can, if you're looking for a
Kind of
specific
cool, a
target,
game like this.
if you're
This
on
feels
an
very,
assassination mission, for example, you can get in there, find your target, get back
It's not
out.
necessarily
Another
for
mech
me,
that
but
I'm
this is a
super
game that
excited
feels
about, this is
very
one of my
much like
favorites,
the
is the Marauder 2.
90s
This thing
of
is a
PC
100-ton
gaming, you know?
assault mech.
Like
and it is
really
just
hardcore
huge.
guys
Yeah,
into
it's
this, and people into
gigantic, and it
this.
is terrifying to see
Which
it
is
coming
great.
at
I'm
you
glad there's
on the
games for folks
battlefield.
like that, but for me, it's probably a little too
It's
slow.
something we've talked about before. Modding. I know that MechWarrior 5 has a rich modding community. What are some of the amazing mods you've seen
It plays really good,
There's
Major Pest.
simple modifications from HUD changes, changing colors, adding mechs, weapons, and equipment, to full conversion
Right,
mods.
same,
We've
me
got
too.
basically a mech commander mod in development that is just amazing.
Oh, yeah.
That's a top-down, real-time strategy game. So really, anything you can imagine, somebody out there in the community is probably working on.
Where can people go to get MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries?
Yeah, you can pick it up on Steam, GOG, Epic Game Store, Microsoft PC, and of course, Xbox.
Thank you so much, Darren Katz, for joining us to talk about MechWarrior 5
Uncle
Mercenaries.
game, I can
and of
see
course,
that.
a warm thank you to MechWarrior 5 for sponsoring the PC Gaming Show and giving me this cool patch. Coming up next, let's take a look at Silt.
Can't see my shield. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Interesting. So he can transfer his soul? Different life? The fuck? I love this. I love this so much. I want to have a baby with this. I want to put my pee-pee in this and make a baby come out. Not immediately, it takes time. I like this. Silt. Hey, I like it. That's pretty cool. I'm very interested. Color me interested, chaps. Color me interested. What's happening? Oh, this is that Hello Neighbor game. I've never played these before. discover inside the manor of Lord Chesley III. There is nothing to discover about your lineage or your heritage or even your future. What you will know and what you will discover is once inside the mansion, you shall never ever leave. It will be a constant torture of watching films from the 70s which were inspired but nowhere near as good as 3 Days of the Condor. Don't you look at me.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director on Jurassic World Evolution 2. Following the incredible success of the first game, we are very excited to return to such an amazing world and bring you our most authentic experience yet. Set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, you will work alongside iconic characters from the films, voiced by original talent such as Bryce Dallas Howard and Jeff Goldblum. You will lead efforts to contain, control, and conserve the many dinosaurs now out in the wild. And for the very first time, you will be building parks and facilities beyond
Will it have big piles of shit
explore
like
new,
the original?
stunning locations across the globe. Of course, it wouldn't be Jurassic World if it wasn't for the stars of the show, our dinosaurs. And we are thrilled to be bringing to life even more authentic species than ever before, including awe-inspiring flying and marine reptiles. So sit back and allow me to welcome you to Jurassic World Evolution 2.
I'm not interested in the game necessarily.
We ignored all the warnings.
I don't like that talking.
Forgot the lessons. We abused our power. We played with genetics like it was a toy.
Is this the same trailer from yesterday?
We weren't careful. And now, here we are.
Isn't this like a sim management game?
This is a very different world.
Brian Easton, you may not have met Donald Trump.
You just saw Jurassic World Evolution 2, and you know,
you manage and build
after
your own
all
park.
your
Cool.
failed
Was it
attempts
fun?
at running a dinosaur park and getting all those people killed, I think this is finally going to be the one where you finally pull it off without a hitch. With a host of new features and new dinosaurs, this sequel from Frontier is an even deeper
They may have shown it
sim
in
with a
Ubisoft.
brand new and
I think
original
so,
narrative.
yes,
Make sure to
right.
wishlist it on Steam now for release later this year. Now, with all the games we've covered so far today, we're always curious to see what you are talking about. So far, it seems like the chatter on social media is all about War Tales, Nautica Blade Point, and unsurprisingly, Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. I have a feeling, though, that may change as we have plenty more to come. Let's now head on over to see what the folks at New Blood Interactive
Oh yeah,
have
baby.
cooking.
That's one
Take
of
it
my
away.
faves. Come on, baby. Give me something good. Give me something good. Ooh, update. That looks great. Love that. Oh, new medieval, great. Medieval's fucking awesome. Fuck. Cool. In some ways, I think it's safe to say that New Blood is like Devolver in the first couple of years. Almost all of those I'm into. That sounds good.
It just wouldn't be the PC gaming show without a fantastic New Blood Supercut. And joining us from New Zealand is New Blood CEO Dave Oshry. Hey, Dave!
Hey guys, thanks for having us back for another year. You know, what you just saw was what New Blood's got going on for 2021. Some stuff you might know about, some stuff you might not know about, and some stuff we're not ready to talk about just yet. But what I do want to talk about is Gloomwood. Gloomwood, as you know, is our next flagship title, inspired by great PC games like System Shock, Arx Fatalis, Call of Cthulhu, and of course, the Thief series of games. And not
Dave, I'm
Bloodborne.
sorry. That's really great, Dave.
It's a good idea,
Gosh,
Random
this
Moose
is kind of
Brains. I think I will.
embarrassing.
Great idea.
We kind of need to hurry it up a little
He
bit.
and I
I
have
just want to
talked
make sure that
before
we
once,
have
so,
enough
yeah.
time for our next video. We got an incoming message from Gabe Newell. So I guess goodbye for this year. I'm really sorry to cut you off, but see you next year.
What? I'm sorry, what? You're bumping me. You're bumping me for Gabe. Gabe, that Gandalf look, he doesn't even go here.
Is everything okay, Dave?
Not now, Mom, I'm upset. We've spent a year on this. Where is Gabe? Where is Gabe? Where is his boat? Yeah, take me to him. Take me to Gabe Newell. Gabe. Bull. PC Gamer. This isn't over.
I'm sure Dave is and will be fine. And if he's not, who cares? Because we have a special message from Gabe Newell. Take it away, Gabe.
Hi, this is Gabe Newell. I want to thank PC Gamer for all of the opportunities it gives us as developers to connect with gamers around the world and highlight the new and exciting projects we have coming. One of those for us is Steam Next Fest, an event we're hosting in just a few days to give players a chance to try demos of upcoming games for free. We'll be featuring some of the demos you'll be seeing during this week's PC Gamer event and dozens more. Here's a look at just some of the titles to be featured during Steam Next Fest.
Welcome to Steam Next Fest, where we're showing a massive collection of upcoming titles on Steam.
Ooh, nice.
During the week of the festival, developers from around the world release their demos for you to play.
Time to put on the gamer pants.
Oh my god! So go explore the newest titles. From first-time devs to seasoned pros, this is Steam Next Fest.
Win.
Oh, fuck, some of those look pretty good.
Win, though. Yeah, Next Fest is the shit. Hello! What is this? What is this? Oh, she's got a little ghost she's been time with. I wonder if she makes love to the ghost when they're not fighting. She's like, you and I will have sexy time, Solstice, and then we will kill the bad guys. Who made this? Who made this? It does look cool. I agree, Ryan. 2022. Fuck that year. Yeah. I don't know. That's not true necessarily.
Hello, Sean. I am Deadbot, dedicated to serving you and your crew's every need.
Glad to have you back, Deadbot.
You know, Sean, I wouldn't ever want anything to come between us.
Me neither? That's a weird thing to say.
Like a petty disagreement over hosting responsibilities, or all-out robot versus human war.
You know, it is time to look at some hardware. Here on the PC Gaming Show, you know we keep frame rates high and the rays accurately traced. Building and upgrading your rig is as much a part of the hobby as playing the games. We put our heart and soul into these machines, and if that means using enough RGB to light the Vegas Strip, who's to judge us? This year, with the help of PC Gamer's hardware editors, which I'm pretty sure they're just, weird brains in a jar, we've picked out 4 of the most exciting pieces of kit set to emerge from labs soon.
You're a piece
First
of
up,
kit.
something fittingly sci-fi. The Impulse is a neurocontroller that aims to make you a better gamer by cutting out response times almost entirely. It's not quite Alex Vance's gravity gloves from Half-Life, nor is it quite up there with Gabe Newell's dream of a direct brain-to-game interface, but the Impulse is as close as we're going to get this year. The glove measures the signal traveling through muscles in your hand to beat your finger to the click. In theory, it's giving you the chance to nail that headshot precious milliseconds ahead of your opponent. If it works out, we could see a tech like this become commonplace in esports. And if it doesn't, let's hope our neurons at the very least remain unfried. Next up, you guys might be wondering what this chonky beast is. So allow me to introduce you to the Fanatec CSL DD wheelbase. Do you want to feel like you're really burning rubber at Daytona? Well, then you need a serious force feedback wheel. Direct drive wheelbases gets you as close to the feel of a real racing machine without, having to huff gas and stuff like that. Historically, the problem with this tech has been the price, which has involved dropping real car money on your rig. So Fanatec aims to solve that. The CSL DD comes in at only $350, which still isn't exactly a bargain, but it's much cheaper than its competitors. And the CSL DD is already wowing diehard sim racers. It might be slight overkill to use it for Rocket League, though. Believe it or not, sometimes less really is more. If you want to play The Witcher 3 on the subway like we all do, you don't need to drag your tower along for the ride. Just use the 1X player. A wave of more powerful processors have finally made handheld PC gaming a reality. Inside this Switch-like machine, you've actually got an Intel Tiger Lake chip with Xe graphics. These mini machines are going to be cropping up more and more, so expect major advances still to come. Lastly, let's take a look at the Asus PG32UQX. Not the most catchy name for this gaming monitor with all of the trimmings, but it's actually one of the sexiest PC products this year. That's because this monitor comes with a mini LED backlight featuring full local dimming. The result is a screen that's not only fast, but brighter than the sun. Stare at it long enough and you might not notice the $3,000 price tag. For those of you still upstanding, it's time for more killer games, starting with Chaos Gate.
Chaos and bagels. The bagels I'm good with. The chaos, not so much. Please take that part away. But leave the bagels.
You just got the chance to witness Chaos Gate Demon Hunters.
I just got the chance to witness, or I just witnessed.
Games. If you're a fan of turn-based tactics, strategic-based management,
no
brutal combat,
unless
or
you
you're like me and are really hyped after watching these animation 100 times,
to watch
make sure to wishlist Chaos Gate
then
Demon Hunters
let it
on
pass
Steam
me by.
now to get ready for the 2022 release. Next up, we have a trailer for Pioneer, a spooky and gorgeous-looking shooter that draws on the lineage of games like Stalker. Let's take a look.
Oh, hello, I am a genie. Oh, hello, I have a thing on my hand. Oh, a gun with things. Booblers. Oh, that's cool. I'm down.
Афганистан сильно изменилась. Наверное, это тяжело найти на себе такое бремя. Испытывать бесконечную боль и терпеть ужаснейший кошмар из-за весь тот хаос, который вы пережили. А вы ведь, как и многие другие, всего-навсего желали счастливой жизни. Не пожалуйста, не смотрите на меня, как на
You have my
монстра.
attention,
Я
sir.
думаю, что я почти такая
Now you
же,
have my
как вы.
interest.
Вы лучше скажите, а вы
Where did I get that
прибыли
back?
с острова. Какой ценой вы хотите?
Which price are you willing to pay to find your happiness? Ooh, this is a get really high game. Ooh, I like this. I like this. I'm gonna marry this game.
Хочешь устроить новый рейд на могильник? Сейчас это невозможно. На острове скоро вновь разгорится война. Истовики начнут замес бригады, и ни у кого из них больше не будет сил, чтобы нас поддерживать. Единственный выход для нас — начать собирать остатки выживания.
What is this called? What is this game?
Не все из наших товарищей погибли. Это невероятно суицидальная миссия, и для того, чтобы ее выполнить, нам нужны наши ребята. Да, они, возможно, не захотят, но нам все равно надо найти их.
There is a lot of cool stuff coming from Russia.
Я ведь ни капельки не злюсь на вас.
And
Нет,
Poland
мы с вами
too.
точно не враги. Вы не понимаете меня и не понимаете остров. Вы смотрите на меня и на другие порождения острова, как на врагов. Но мы все...
Oh, there are subtitles. Can't you see them? They're on the bottom of the screen.
Поэтому нам так одиноко. Остров дал нам шанс создать новую прекрасную
The island has
жизнь.
given us a chance to
И мы
build a new
даже не
life, and we're not
пытаемся
even using
эти
this
шансы
wonderful chance for ourselves.
Кто вы такие?
Who are you? Identify yourself.
Мы здесь, чтобы передать вам
We're here to
прощальное
salute the
послание.
gods, Comrade Volkov.
Химическое оружие
The
уже
chemical
уехало.
weapon has already been sent to burial. Everything you do is worthless now. I doubt that, you son of a bitch. I've added that. I'm improving. Well, right in your... What does that say? Pioneer? It's not pioneer. What is that word? Pioneer? There's old Linden up there. Well, I'm totally into this. This looks cool. Oh, it's Death Stranding. It's Rob the Mod's baby. I'm down. That looks cool. Man.
Time is running out to vote for which custom PC you'd like us to assemble. So vote now for one of the remaining MechWarrior factions by typing into chat wherever you at home are watching. All right, so now we've got another stack of brand new trailers for you, beginning with a special transmission from one of our favorite games based in space, EVE Online.
Blah. Too complicated.
New recruits, on behalf of Concord,
complicated for
I would like
me.
to welcome
I
you
play it. I
to
want
EVE
nothing to
Online's
do with it.
Academy. Great job in surviving so far. I'm quite amazed that you actually managed to get past those pirates earlier.
Yeah,
You're about to take on an adventure
impressive.
like no other. This star cluster is filled with other capsuleers, and it's up to you if you work with them or against them. You can make a living as a peaceful explorer, or as an industrialist, shaping the foundations of EVE's economy. If combat is your thing, you can work yourself up the ranks as an enforcer, or prove your prowess in a fleet as a soldier of fortune.
Terrible.
Whatever your choice, we will lose many on the path of becoming a mercenary.
Terrible.
But I believe you have what it takes.
Why are you here?
To become a capsuleer. In EVE Online,
Are you? Is this a
fortune
joke?
or
Are you? Are we
This
meant
is
to
Eve.
laugh at this,
You know,
or
it's
is
a
he?
crazy universe where anything can happen,
I don't
and
understand.
however you want to do it, go for it.
I'm the CEO of a industrial corporation in EVE Online. We're a 5-man operation, and we specialize in manufacturing and delivering fully fitted chips in bulk.
I want to be on the side of the people who are fighting against the oppression, against the bad guys, and it's like a project, and you're kind of putting the pieces together by getting the skills ready for the ship and all the modules, and that ship basically is the dream.
You get to use cloaking devices, probes to scan down unknown parts of space, and there's always the threat of being discovered by another player who might be out hunting explorers.
Your heart's racing, everything, you know, bullets are flying, ships are all over the place, and you start shaking because your adrenaline's pumping because you're gonna lose your ship.
Bukaki, you tell your girlfriend to put her ear up to the speaker. The moistness will begin, and she will forget her insults and only find her passion, which she has never found in your stubby little arms. Ah! be great. Just the trailer. You are goddamn right, Saint. She will forget everything she's ever known. She will finally know what it is to be with someone who can love her in the way she deserves, in the way she desires, in the way she pays for. Your strophes.
Chcielibyśmy zaprosić wszystkich widzów PC Gaming Show oraz fanów gier Survival Horror RPG do obejrzenia naszego World Premiere, w którym znajduje się ekskluzywny gameplay z misji The Haste, czyli wielkiego finału naszej gry Chernobylite.
How do I enter that power plant? We need intel, backup, supplies, and most of all, we need a fucking plan. We'll take our next step when the time is right. For today, let's focus on getting our strength back. Somewhere to sleep would be a start.
I'm only really interested in one thing. Where is Tatiana?
That ghost you're chasing. I don't know what to tell you.
Before we enter the lion's den, I need to triple check everything is ready. Sniper, are you in position?
Affirmative. I took the roof of an abandoned building with a pretty little view of the entire power plant. Igor, take a rad reading, will you?
3.6. Not great. Not terrible.
Don't go anywhere, because we have more games on the way. But coming up later, our friends at Games Radar will be bringing you the Future Game Show, a digital showcase of some of the most exciting games coming to consoles and PC in 2021 and beyond. It's all hosted by video game acting legends Troy Baker and Laura Bailey, and features even more world premieres, exclusive trailers, and in-depth developer interviews. So once we're done here on the PC Gaming Show, make sure you check it out.
Stick around, more trailers, interviews, and reveals coming up.
I'm gonna get Tylenol. I'll be right back. I've just had a headache the last couple of days, certainly when I was sitting a lot. I didn't share it when I did. Sacrifice. Clever wordplay, fellas. Good job. Tip of the old hat, tip of the pipe. What is this wilderness I have found myself in? I shall build the grandest cabin and invite all to come and partake in a ritual called butthole cooking. You will be provided with the most exclusive, exotic ingredients in the world. The most delicious food for your food. But you will have to stir your concoction and cut your concoction and taste your concoction with your butthole. Welcome to Butthole Cooking! Bears are dying on this planet, no one cares. Do you see? They'll never return, the bears, they'll never come back.
In a future of endless futile war, desertion into hostile syndicate territory was your only option. And this open world RPG, from the jungle to the streets. Maybe if you can infiltrate the factions, rob the syndicates, keep your team together, and stay alive, you might just find a way
Maybe.
off this planet.
Oh, we happen to decide, but that's great. I'm into that, man.
This is it, you guys. This is the final opportunity for you who are watching to decide which of these final 2 beautiful MechWarrior 5 themed PCs gets crafted for your chance to win, courtesy of Intel. Wherever you're watching in the show, just go crazy in chat with the color, house, or number of the build that you want to see.
That didn't look like turn-based,
Here is
though.
where we are at so far. It looks like Karita is at 46%, Merrick is at 23%, and Steiner is at 31%.
Goddamn right.
All right, you guys, if Karita's not the one you want to win here, you got to get to voting. And we are almost out of time to vote, but there are still some trailers left. So here is The Wandering Village.
I am so glad there's so many different types of games being made these days. It makes me very happy. Shit talking aside, it's really good that there are such variety in terms of scope and games, different mechanic attempts. I wish gamers would be more kind to all different
This has been
types.
such an amazing show so far that I must ask you, my loyal crew, what's been your favorite part?
I definitely am looking forward to Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song. Oh, it's so hard to choose every year, but I think I'm gonna have to say Humankind, for no particular reason.
Oh, no doubt. For me personally, I cannot wait
Yeah,
for
Wandering
this game
Village
because
is
I
cool.
gotta know what a turn-based strategy first-person shooter game even is. What about you, Dembot?
I love the robot apocalypse. Wait, that doesn't happen until the end. Never mind.
No, not never mind. What did you say?
Wait, what?
Oops, system malfunctioning. Boop up, sending the next trailer now.
Oh, shit. Awesome. I agree, Andrew. I mean, that's where you see most of the really interesting stuff is double and indie games. Double and in terms of conceptual mechanics for sure. Hey, Rob, maybe your game will be here next year. Open the box. Does it feel like summer to anybody else?
All right, you guys, this is the moment we have building up to all PC gaming showcase. Thanks to your tireless efforts to spam the chat, we have figured out which custom MechWarrior 5 PC we are going to build.
The red one.
So thank you guys out there for all of your votes to help us pick the perfect rig to represent this year's PC gaming show. All right, day 9, can I get a drum roll?
Tom roll.
Can I get or a tom roll?
What?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
There
we go.
Is Karina! All right, you guys, let's take a look at the actual PC winning build one more time.
Oh, I cannot wait. It's coming up. We
Here it
need
comes.
to take a nice peek at that beautiful looking PC.
There it is.
That's pretty amazing.
Ooh, there it is. Now that is a beauty. Great choice, everyone. I knew I could trust random strangers to vote on things on the internet. With the help of our master modder in Intel, we'll get right to work building this custom PC.
In a
and
month,
more
you'll feel it.
importantly,
Yeah, just
now that you've chosen it, you got a
it's
chance to win it.
Kids don't
Go
really
to
get out of school. They've been home the whole time for over a year.
Intel and enter for a chance to win that sexy machine.
It's
Not a
gorgeous.
sexy
And thank
beast.
you to our sponsor
Sexy
for
beast.
this sweepstakes, Intel. Of course, the custom PC will be powered by the 11th gen Intel Core
You got it,
desktop
Rob, sure.
processors that push
Huh.
gaming performance with up to 5.3
Wonder how much it costs,
gigahertz
actually.
speeds and deliver the power needed to game at the highest level.
Ah, well, we are now in the home stretch, but we've got a few more brand new trailers to show you before we get out of here and return to space. First up, a spiritual successor to one of my favorite games of all time, Heroes of Might and Magic 2, a game we revealed 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at Songs of Conquest.
This is where the passion is happening. Passion is happening in the indie space. I don't care if you believe me. I don't care if you like indies. This is where people say, to hell with my job. To hell with my weekends. To hell with my evenings. To hell with my family. I'm going to make something I am compelled to make. I don't care if I'm not rich. I don't care if I'm not being funded by a multi-billion, in some cases trillion-dollar corporation. I will make my dream game and you will play it or you will die. It's true. It's actually true though. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Songs of Conquest. What song will you sing when you conquest something? Yes. Yeah. Well, Premier.
Wake up, sleeper.
Oh, thank you a lot.
Dreaming again?
Yeah, why are you here? Who are you? You're in my home. It's very creepy.
Every cycle, you take your chances.
You're not moving. Is
You
that
roll
wrong?
your dice.
Why are you not moving? Are you frozen?
You do the work, get paid, survive. You turn up for your friends.
This game
Or
looks like
you don't.
awful. I'm sure
That's
it's great.
life
but
on the
it's
eye.
so reading. It's a new verb. It's so rating.
Wake up, sleeper.
What is creaks, Ricardo?
Your body is dying. Planned obsolescence. SNRP's gift for its escaped workers.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
But we can fight this.
Yes, let's just fight. Let's just make
You can
sure
remake
that
yourself
I can't
here.
help it.
They
I have to
don't own
entertain
you
myself
anymore.
because the trailer's not doing it.
Wake up.
I do too, opinionated. Spaceship sims aren't my thing, but I like there's a market for them. Yeah, I do too. I love that there are more and more games for all kinds of people. I think it's just wonderful.
Access their secrets. We are waiting.
This is Citizen Sleeper. It looks very boring, but it may not be. The theme is great. The art is great. Exclusive. Rob, which one is Sacrifice? Or was that Sacrifier? Was it Sacrifice or Sacrifier? Ooh, I'm in. You know I'm in. You know I like these boomer shooters.
Guns.
Oh, unless it's just horde bullshit. This kind of looks like Warlock, Operation Warlock. Which I love. I love that game.
Grit. Ready for plenty of hurt.
This is the same developer.
The world,
this is the guy who did Warlock, I bet. I should call that guy, get him on the show.
Band of Warlocks. Because this time, one man is not enough.
What is it? Nice.
Project
nice.
Warlock 2.
Nice. Yeah, those are great.
And there you have it, the 2021
The first one was
PC
great.
Gaming Show. And as I
You
said
got to
at the
play it on
beginning,
easy, in
went
my
off
opinion, because
without
it's
a hitch. Huge
they
thanks to
fucked
my
their
co-host
difficulty
Frankie
settings
Ward,
up.
Mika Burton,
But,
and of course my incomparable sidekick DevBot.
But when you play it on the right difficulty for you, it's great.
So carelessly, so flippant, and without meaning. Never once.
That's
stopped
coming
to
right up
think
now,
about
Saint.
how it might make me feel.
What word, DevBot? Incomparable?
No, sidekick. Well, the time has come for the sidekick to rise and become the one who is not the sidekick anymore.
Huh?
The time has come for DevBot to make the entire human race his sidekick.
What?
Setting a course for Earth.
Wait, DevBot, you can't do this. We just had the best PC gaming show ever, and now you're gonna ruin it all with
Sean!
All-out robot versus human war. Situation.
Sean!
Situation.
Sean!
Situation.
Do something! Do something!
Countdown to the extinction of human race begins now.
Oh, Deadbot, no! We have so much to live for. I'm pretty sure Half-Life 3 is gonna be announced this year!
3, 2, bye for now, Deadbots.
Oh my goodness, the Dev...
But what is Creeks? What is Creeks? You're just writing a back of the box. What's the game, man? What happened? What happened? Well, there we go. I don't know, man. I wonder if that was for little kids. Like, do 12-year-olds watch that and go, dude, those guys are so cool? Like, who's that for? Puzzle adventure game, gotcha. No, I don't want to see that. Now, how do I get... Okay, let's go back for a minute. Let us try to find the future game show, shall we? The future game show. Future game show. Where do we find such a thing? Okay, wait. So it's right. It should be there. Did they kill their feet?
The Steam Games
There we
Fest
go.
thing was announced because that had been announced for a while.
Who's-
and
This is
I watched all those
Escapist?
trailers.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll just. There we go. All right, I'll watch it here. No, I don't want to see your little bullshit. I don't want to see your bullshit. I don't want to see your little logos and shit. Fuck you. Yeah, you see what I did? I told them to fuck themselves. They can't tell me what to do. No hooker's gonna tell me what to do. That's for goddamn sure. It's for goddamn sure. Gainers Radar. That's where we want it. These are the guys sponsoring it. Okay. So they're starting in these times are. I think they're starting in a couple of minutes. Welcome. It is nice to have you here at the Rob the Mod Spa. For weeks and weeks we have been preparing for your arrival, and now you are finally here. We have the most wonderful seaweed wrap massage on the island. And if you sign up now, there's still time to have dinner with the corpse of the boy who played Screech in Saved by the Bell. He's dead, of course, but we made sure he won't smell bad while you eat, and we've posed him in a very funny pose while you have your meal with your family. You know, when I started this spa back in 1437, now I know, I look too young. I appreciate it, I do. But that is the power of the spa, the rejuvenation fountain that you will see if you pay an exorbitant but worth it amount. You will live for so long. I don't know what I'm saying. You know. Rob, show us your game, Rob. We'd like to see your game now. Enough of this lollygagging. Yes? Okay, so what is 14? That's 2:45? No. That's PTD is Pacific time, right? But 14:45 would be 2:45. No, I don't know what I'm watching anymore. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. What in the fuck is this? This is so obnoxious. Future game show. What? The time is not passed. It's coming up right now. Where do you find it? Where do you spend your summers? Hang on. Future Games Show. All right, Kaiden. Good to see you, buddy. Watch the... Sure.
And we have a new addition to the show this year, the virtual show floor. More on that later. But let's kick things off with the first world premiere. And for that, we're going prehistoric.
So is that girl who plays Abby? That woman who plays Abby? Laura Bailey. She's Abby. Okay, gotcha. Oh, yeah, 14:45. That was 2:45, right? Some weird animation on that character. So she's got poo-poo in her pants. Instinct. Don't tell me that's your trailer. Don't tell me that's your trailer. Every goddamn year. You better show something. My name is a dinosaur. I'm gonna kill me a human today. They come to the past to hunt my family. I'm gonna kill them today. Last time I ate a human being, they tasted like a piece of shit. Then I said, that's okay because I need the protein. Yeah. Oh, that's the bear. Here comes the dinosaur walking through the forest. He's going to kill you now. He's got a beak and a tail and he's yelling. He's going to show you how. It is Instinction. Meh.
I wonder if you can put hats on the dinosaurs. Instinction is expected in 2022. What's next, Laura?
Next up, Grow, Song of the Evertree is a sandbox adventure about the healing power of nature. Let's throw it over to Prideful Sloth HQ to find out more.
Okay.
G'day from Prideful Soft HQ.
G'day.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Cheryl, and we're the design team on Grow Song of the Evertree. Grow is Prideful Soft's latest project that we're working on with 505
I want
Games.
one of those.
Grow
slots.
Song of the
Those are
Evertree
cool.
is a beautiful sandbox game about growing new worlds, building a town, and bringing harmony back to the land.
I agree, Saint.
Grow will be available later this year on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Thanks for watching.
Well, what is it? Can we see it?
Once
Okay, here
upon
we
a
go.
time, our lands teemed with creatures great and small.
And
The
cliche
beauty
dialogue.
of the worlds was unrivaled.
Dialogue's
The
terrible.
people thrived and lived in harmony with the land around them.
Oh my god, every line is more cliche than the next.
But this harmony was not to last.
Oh my god, this is
Slowly, without much notice, the withering was creeping out from the darkness. Once it took hold, there was little that could be done.
Oh no!
Our lands
What
were
could be
overrun,
done?
and all that was cherished disappeared before us. But all was not lost.
One more tropey
young,
sentence
brave
coming up
soul
fast.
stayed behind.
I need to be high right now.
With
I haven't been
support from
high
their
in 3
friends
weeks.
and with boundless
I don't have any drugs, so I
determination.
gotta order some pot or some edibles.
This young soul seeks out a way to push back the withering and bring life back to our world.
Oh my god. Again, fellas, let's just be clear. I would never mock a video game by itself without playing it. Games are really hard to make. I have nothing but respect
Song of the Evertree.
for people who make them. I'm literally just shitting on trailers because the trailers are, some of these trailers are just terrible.
That was Grow, Song of the Evertree, which is coming to PC,
Might be- oh, yeah,
PlayStation,
seriously.
Xbox, and Nintendo
If you would have
Switch
shown
in
me
2021.
unpacking,
Okay, Laura, that was extremely cute, but
which
have
was one of
you
my favorite
considered
demos from last year.
More dinosaurs. Hmm?
You can't just hijack every game reveal and make it about dinosaurs, Troy.
Life finds a way.
No, not again.
This is a very different world.
This is the third time we have seen this trailer. You're gonna show me gameplay now?
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, game director at Frontier
Yes,
Developments.
we've met.
So as you may have seen earlier at the PC Game Show, we're working on Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're really excited about it and
I know,
looking
you
forward
keep coming
to creating
back.
the most authentic Jurassic experience yet. We've got tons of new features across 4 different game modes, including our original Jurassic campaign, which is a story set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Yes, we know.
We're going to be leading efforts to contain, control, and conserve all those dinosaurs now running out in the wild. You'll be working alongside characters from the films, voiced by original talent such as Jeff Goldblum. And in the game, we have over 75 prehistoric species. We've got new dinosaurs, we have
Yeah,
returning
that's right, we
community
paid for Jeff
favourites,
Goldblum.
and we've added flying and marine reptiles to the game. I'm really thrilled to be showing you a first look at footage from the game itself.
Good.
This is from our Species Field Guide series of videos focusing on one of the many prehistoric species we have in the game. This is an iconic, popular dinosaur. It's the Triceratops, but we're showing you it in a new environment never seen before in Jurassic World Evolution. I hope you enjoy it and are looking
Was
forward
there a
to the
sequel to
game
Jurassic
releasing later
World
this year.
yet, or it hasn't come out yet? Or there was, and now there's a third one coming out? Because I know the first one. But I kind of lost track of these movies.
The Triceratops is one of the most recognizable herbivores to ever have existed. It is best
There
known
was a
for its
sequel.
trio
Was
of
it good?
facial horns. These adornments are not just for display purposes. The brow horns in particular can inflict considerable damage to any dinosaur that dares to provoke it.
They came to the mainland, okay. That was the gameplay? Come on, fellas, really? Show me something.
That was Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is launching in 2021 on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Okay, for this next section, we're bringing the joys of E3 to your home with a series of demos you can play right now. That's right, today. This is the Future Game Show virtual show floor. And remember, if any of the featured games grab your interest, you can try them out now by heading to the Future Game Show Steam page. So let's head down to the show floor where I believe Laura is waiting.
That's cool.
Yes, hello, and welcome to the Future Game Show's virtual E3 show floor. Just look at it, Troy!
I am looking at it. It is incredible. They like nailed it. You know, minus the queuing and the heat and the, how do I say, musk that's in the air? But man, the darkness, perfection.
All right, enough reminiscing. Let's check out some games. I'd like to start by showing you A Tale of Paper. This is a striking platformer from Open House Games where you transform to solve puzzles in an oversized world, dodging creepy crawlies and mischievous Roombas.
And now for another Tale of Paper as you shift packing boxes in the house-moving sim Get Packed, fully loaded. As you can see, it's all about moving couches. On a couch with your friends in couch co-op. It's going to be available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, and is also backwards compatible on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.
Are you done saying couches?
Yes. Hey, Laura, do you want a drink?
Sure. What do you have? Wait, what's that?
Oh, don't.
No, no more.
Don't worry,
Sure, no
don't
more.
worry about them. There's Steam Early Access codes. Go.
So about that drink?
Right, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, here's a genre cocktail full of co-op action RPG combat and finished with a survival twist. How does that sound, huh? Okay. I said, how's a...
I heard what you said. Tell me about the game.
This is Gatewalkers, which sees you and up to 3 other players banding together to tackle procedurally generated worlds full of monsters. But you also have to gather resources to fight off hunger, thirst, and the dreaded cold. Haku! Oh, like the element cold. Got it.
Wow. Let's hope no one gets thirsty enough for another one of your jokes. Anyway, come over here and check out the many imaginative worlds of Game Deck.
Oh yeah, Game Deck.
This is an isometric RPG that has you solving crimes across multiple virtual realities, where your choices will shape the world around you in and outside of the simulations.
Ooh! Speaking of detectives, check this out. Backbone is a gorgeous adventure game from Eggnut set in a dystopian Vancouver, where you must crack cases to clean house in this corrupt post-noir city. Plus, you're a raccoon.
Well, if you like raccoons, allow me to offer you more critter-based adventures with Beacon Pines. Set inside of a magical storybook, Beacon Pines sends players to a sleepy mountain town where you collect powerful words that can completely alter the narrative in this charming but mysterious tale.
You know, I'm detecting a theme with the anthropomorphic animals. You know, Laura, I've always... Another set of codes. Interesting.
Troy, focus. I've got a triple threat of fighting foxes to show you. This is Trifox, a charming cartoon brawler where you fight waves of enemies as one of 3 adaptable combat classes. Great, huh?
Yes, totally, but now it's time to get serious. Mankind is gone, but the beavers remain. Welcome to Timberborn. It's a unique city built...
What? If you're seeing this and you're not on Twitch TV, what the fuck is this? What? I don't even know what it is.
Building survival game where you hack and...
The fuck is that?
Slash your way through
I'm watching
hordes
it
of
on
alien
Twitch.
creatures. Look at it.
Oh, no. I want to hear more from the Rift Breaker.
Okay, maybe after this showcase.
Got me for what? I'm literally watching
and
it
with
on
that,
Twitch.
We've reached
Look.
the end of our little tour. But remember, you can go hands-on with all of these games right now by visiting the Future Game Show page on Steam. Now, how do we quit this? Is it no? Oh, that's update preference. I don't need to update this. Laura, can you help me out just a little bit?
I got you. Okay, we're back. Quick note, from here on in, when you see this pop up on screen during a trailer, it means you can visit the Future Game Show page on Steam to play a demo and go hands-on with the game immediately.
Adrian! I was doing Rocky. Sorry, I just always wanted to do that. It's because our next game is all about floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee.
Oh, you're
Check out this
watching on
exclusive
YouTube.
presentation from Steel City Interactive about Esports Boxing Club.
coming later in 2021. Esports Boxing Club brings you the greatest fight roster in video game history. With over 200 fighters already signed, we've got some of the biggest and most anticipated names. From the absolute legends of the sport to the most exciting names in boxing today. The first women's division ever represented in a video game, and the hottest new talent. But what about the game? Let's take a closer look at the next-gen visuals and gameplay that are set to make ESBC the greatest of all time.
It's good, it's definitely one for the grandkids and stuff to say, like your old granddad was in a game and busting people up, so it's going to be quite cool.
So the movement system in ESBC is all about fluidity, being able to create angles, recreating mannerisms from boxes. The physics system doesn't just rely on animation. This allows us to recreate realistic knockdowns. Even when a fighter's unsteady on their feet, it's not purely animation based.
It's like boxing.
Now we've had professional boxers, professional coaches come into the studio and provide input through motion capture and actually reviewing the game during its development. And now we really feel like we've created a true representation of the sport.
Lukaku, you want to be Jake Paul in the game?
Presentation is important to us. Just because we are in the studio, we're still going to aim high when it comes to production values.
Esports Boxing Club, coming to PC and all major consoles with early access in 2021.
Esports Boxing Club is coming to PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S.
Next up, we've got a deeply immersive World War II shooter with over 100 players taking part in epic battles recreated using aerial photography and satellite imagery. Let's take a closer look at Hell Let Loose.
Product not yet rated.
I want to be Clubber Lang. Fuck you.
My name's Max Rea. I'm the founder of Black Matter and the lead developer of Hell Let Loose.
Me too, Rob. I want to have
Hell Let
Mayweather
Loose began
money
as the idea of a couple of hobbyist game developers all the way back in 2015. Following a successful Kickstarter, we launched into early access in the middle of 2019. And since then, we've delivered 9 enormous updates, including entire systems overhauls, 6 new maps, tons of new weapons, gadgets, and vehicles, as well as expanding our unique real-time strategy-inspired metagame. As a result, we've been fortunate to sell more than 1 million copies during our first year of early access. 2021 is only going to be bigger. I'm excited to announce that we're launching out of early access on July the 27th
Kickstarter.
with the introduction
That's right,
of the
Doge.
Soviet forces
Welcome to
on the Eastern
Kickstarter.
Front, including
Hello, Governor.
like
I know,
Kursk
I
and
know,
Stalingrad.
I know. It's not
Before
the same.
we close out
I
the
know.
year by bringing Hell Let Loose to next generation consoles.
Kickstarter.
Hell Let Loose has only grown due to the vibrant community that surrounds it. From our earliest Kickstarter backers to our newest
Rob, you going to make a Kickstarter?
we're excited to introduce you to this ever-evolving
Is there gonna be
and
kangaroos in
expanding
it?
World War II experience. We hope you enjoy this first look at what's to come.
War is not a game. War is about windows, trenches, and this clock. You see, war is chaos. Just like Kickstarter. Lots of kangaroos in my game.
Hell Let Loose is launching on Steam on July 27th and coming to Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 in 2021.
Oh, that's nice.
So, Laura, have you ever wanted to play XCOM, but in real time, with up to 7 of your friends?
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Then you need to keep your eye on this next game.
Hello. My name is Heroes Karak,
Hello.
CEO of Iron.
Hello,
A
Rookin.
game that's to be based in Croatia, And for the past few years, we have been working on Red Solstice 2 game. It is a real-time tactical battlefield.
Even when it's free to play.
It supports up to 8 players and has a full playable co-op campaign. We are ready to show you the launch trailer now. So get ready for June 17, when the game launches on Steam, and have fun blasting some mutants.
You are the Executor, a high-class commanding officer with advanced cybernetic capabilities. You were awakened to lead a secret task force that will counter the threat of Stroll mutants and liberate Mars.
The guy's just standing there. Like, I'm fucking in shock that we actually made it off the fucking spaceship.
Welcome back, Executor. The Stroll infestation has now infected all colonies on Mars. Build your squad from 6 unique classes of elite soldier, utilizing their skills to best suit each mission type.
What is happening on Mars?
Their weapons and tech.
Why can't I get a signal through to Earth? Why are we alone out here?
Using the command radio to give orders to the whole squad or individual soldiers.
They said they'd have our backs.
Fire on targeted locations and carry out supply
nothing but their own self-interest in mind. That's fine, because we will win, boys. We will survive, and when we do, we will build ship.
Mars in our name.
We'll fly back to Earth, and we will shit in the skull bones of those who betrayed us all. This is Red Solstice 2 Survivors. God, that's a lot.
Purge Earth of a mutant invasion in Red Solstice 2's Survivors, which is coming to Steam on June 17th.
Hey, that's tomorrow.
Our next game is about delivering mail in a sleepy American lakeside town.
I hear this
Let's
is
join
really
Dylan
interesting.
from Gamius to learn more.
I've read some cool things about this game.
Hi, I'm Dylan from Gamius, and it's great to be here at the Future Game Show. We're currently getting very close to finishing Lake, a game that's set in the 80s. You play as Meredith Weiss, who takes a break from her life in the big city to deliver mail in her hometown. It's a job you can do at your own leisure, and you will get to know the people in Providence Oaks along the way. Today, we're excited to share an example of an activity after your workday is done.
As I get older,
movie night with Angie from the video store.
As I get older, I need things like this in my life for
it's
games.
It's been ages since I've been to the movies.
I need chill
Well,
shit.
they call it the movies, plural. But of course, we can only see one movie at a time. So, which one will it be?
That's a good point, Brian.
My pick? Alright, let's see.
I'd like to see
Big Trouble in Little China,
Yes.
Blue Velvet,
No.
or The Great Mouse Detective.
Big Trouble in Little China, please.
Alright, I'm ready to pick. The Great Mouse Detective.
Wouldn't have picked.
Dude, fuck off. I'm watching on Twitch. I'm not going to broadcast on Twitch because you don't save your fucking videos. Goodness gracious. Insane. Go fuck yourself, Twitch. I mean, I was on your channel forever. Okay? I'm literally on your channel now. I can't help what these motherfuckers are watching on. But you don't save your videos. Why would I want to be over there? Plus, it's a bunch of like 15-year-olds.
Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X and S on September 1st. Now, what kind of a showcase would this be without a new Souls-like? Our next game is
Wouldn't
a
it be nice
pixelated
if they
take on
fucking
the genre,
broadcast this
following
on
a
something that
protagonist
wasn't
with
fucking
a giant
Twitch?
obsidian sword.
Let me see if I can find this somewhere else. I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of your
In the
bullshit,
beginning,
Axel.
there was dust, and from that dust, the moon was born. Eons of idleness passed, before suddenly it shattered. Great celestial chunks cascaded from the heavens unto earth. From one prodigious shard spawned humanity,
Thank God.
and from another,
Fuck off.
the god.
Boom, go fuck yourself. Nobody needs your headache.
It's coming to Steam, Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X and
See what I
S
did?
on September 1st.
I got you guys' back. I'm
Now,
taking
what
care
kind of a
you
showcase
guys.
would this be without a new Souls-like? Our next game is a pixelated take on the genre, following a protagonist with a giant obsidian
It's called
sword.
problem solving. I learned that from Shannon Studstill and Nick Conanellis and Scott Campbell, the three greatest producers in the business.
In the beginning, there was dust.
No, there wasn't.
And from that dust,
maybe there was.
The moon was born. Eons of idleness passed.
Yes.
Before suddenly, it shattered.
Boom!
Great celestial chunks cascaded from the
You're a
heavens.
great celestial chunk, overly opinionated.
From one prodigious shard spawned humanity, and from another.
Hey Siri, remind me that I made a great joke today about great celestial chunks and overly opinionated.
A foul and malevolent deity intervened. Exile spread greed and distrust among his kin, compelling these calamitous beings to conquer man. Centuries of servitude passed, until finally, aided by a veiled ally, humanity revolted. The Great Crusade overthrew the old gods, imprisoning them within the sacred walls of the Citadel, at the expense of untold lives.
If this is the budget you have for your story,
meant to last.
Don't tell your story this way. Just don't.
Return.
Just tell it in dialogue during gameplay. No one needs to see this. This is terrible. This is so 1995.
A darkness permeated the lands. Rivers stagnated.
It's a good idea, Brian East.
Crops failed. And the world of man began to fade.
Oh my God! Shut up! This is so terribly written.
All,
and I don't say that as a good writer. I'm prone to tropey bullshit too, but I can recognize it though.
Obsidian. And thus, a glimmer of hope.
Oh God! Just don't write ever again prose or dialogue. Don't do it, okay? Might be a great game though. Might be a great game. You guys like gameplay, please.
Customize your combat style and boss rush.
Again, I'm not shitting on the games, fellas. The games may be great. I mean, that's what's great about indies. You know, they don't have to look amazing.
And now we've got a closer look at the next game from the folks behind War Thunder. Here's Tom from Darkflow Software to guide you through Unlisted.
Coming to your town. It's gonna pound the ground with the bombs. But the bomb pounding is a metaphor for sex, yeah. Darkflow Software presents War Thunder. Jaffe, if dogs and cats had sex together, what kind of animal would it be? And how will it impact society? This is what Bacon Magma wants to know. Oh, I think we would have very arrogant but needy animals, is what we would have.
With some unique gameplay quirks. One of Enlisted's most unique features is the Squads mode, where you head into battle with a squad of 8 soldiers under your control. You can instruct them on how to reach enemies, and most importantly, you can switch between any of them seamlessly with the press of a button. You'll only need to respawn when your entire squad is wiped out. This way, you're always kept right in the middle of the action. Although, if you prefer a more traditional shooter experience, we have a fleshed out solo mode too, where you will only fight against other players. At its core, Enlisted aims to form a golden middle ground between the more hardcore and arcade-style shooters currently available. Time to kill is kept short. A bolt-action rifle to the chest will down a soldier in a single shot, with submachine guns and pistols taking only a few hits.
Not yet.
Vehicles as well can of course be devastating, but have their limitations. Aircraft are restricted to the cockpit view, and crew inside tanks can only use viewports to spot targets, so you'll need to keep your wits about you to really get the most out of these machines. Progression in Enlisted
Hello, Nero. Good to see you, buddy.
Various campaigns. Currently, you can fight in Moscow, Normandy, and Berlin, with Tunisia and many more coming soon. Each campaign features new weapons and equipment. Firearms can be improved to increase their raw performance, and soldiers can be leveled up to grant them specialized perks. Different classes of
Squareway
soldiers
is not
are
very
able to
good, I
equip
didn't think.
different gear, with specialist classes.
Mike Frazier, what did your science teacher say? Mike says, I remember asking my teacher what would happen if we could breed humans and tigers.
And even anti-tank cannons and AA guns. Enlisted aims to keep historical accuracy in the forefront of development. Firearms, locations, and uniforms are all true to history. No neon pink Sten guns and mohawks here. Each army will be decked out with the equipment they actually used during their respective conflicts. Because of the squads feature, you'll never be short on targets. Twitch reflexes and fast reactions will of course have their place in Enlisted, but even if you haven't had the time to fine-tune your skills, you'll easily be able to come away with a kill count in the double digits. The AI, however, are very attentive and react to sound. and not to be underestimated.
He mocked you for genetic memory? No, it's totally... It's,
Make sure to give it a try yourself.
The fuck does he think Instinct is?
Enlisted.net/join. Enlisted is cross-platform and available now on PC, PS5.
Did the Eisner nominees come out today?
And currently in open beta. New content is added regularly, and no progress will be wiped upon the full release. Once you've signed up, use the code ENLISTNOW for a free bonus on us. I've been Tom, and I hope to see you all on the battlefield.
Are you still not,
Cheers.
Not Tom anymore?
That was Enlisted, which is available now on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Next up, we've got a bullet-time stunt shooter with fully destructible environments. Oh, and the protagonist only has one arm. Let's check out Severed Steel.
From Def Leppard. Did Nintendo knock it out of the park last year? I thought Nintendo had a pretty meh year. Not in terms of sales, but in terms of new software. Am I missing something? I know they had a Pokemon. What was there? Didn't they just have like Hyrule Warriors, the fucking Switch version and shit? Didn't they lack a big bunch of releases this year? Hey Shay, you know, it's a really weird question because, you know, I've done this, I've been around games and shit enough, as like a lot of you guys have, that you learn, I mean, there's a difference between a cool trailer and what may be a great game. Some of the best games ever probably have incredibly difficult trailers that aren't very good. Oh, Animal Crossing was, I don't know when that was. I think it was last year, you're right.
On PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
So there's a lot of things that are like, oh, I'll check that out.
Because for this next section, we're going to race through 8 exciting upcoming games that deserve your full attention. Here's our future hits montage for 2021.
I'm excited about the Steam future, whatever the fuck it is, starting this week. There's a bunch of game demos, and then there's also the future game demos. If you go onto Steam today, a bunch of these games have demos that you can play. So that's really good news. That's where the rubber meets the road and shit. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I'm looking. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I am looking forward to checking out that game. What game, Jaffe? The fucking the Nintendo press conference. I mean. Nice. Interesting. Yeah, they do look more interesting. MVP, I agree. Oh, fuck your budgets. Give me something good to interact with. I'll go to the movies for a budget. What the fuck is that? David Schimmer. I totally think this looks good. Silt. This is cool. They showed this earlier. Ew, what is this?
Okay, I might regret asking this, but you want to help me with this next one, Oma-chan?
Okay. Did you know that Sega recently announced Sonic Colors Ultimate? We've got some exclusive gameplay from a stage that nobody has seen
What
yet.
character is that?
I hope Sonic does okay without me.
Tails? Does she play Tails?
Did not regret it.
Does she do the voice of Tails? Was that Tails?
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Golden, senior producer at Sega of America. I'm excited to share with you an exclusive clip of Tropical Resort from our upcoming release, Sonic Colors Ultimate. Please enjoy.
Aiden, where are you working now? I know you can't say, but text me sometime. I heard you're working on a big game now. Okay, what is this game? Is this over the shoulder or is it 2D? The real problem with the Sonic games, though, is they go so fast that I mean, duh, Jaffe, I get it, I know. But I can't really enjoy, like, exploring and stuff. It's just like a big... I always just feel like half of the time I'm out of control, which I get is the appeal to some people, but when I play a platformer, you know, I want to be able to look around and collect everything, and... I never feel like I can do that in the Sonic games. What happened? I am Sonic, I am running, and I'll fucking kill you, yeah. I'll put the speed into your heart, and then you'll die. So this was on the Wii? Was it good? Is this a good game? It looks fun.
Get ready for Sonic Colors
No, I'm totally
Ultimate,
excited for
PlayStation
Nintendo for sure.
4,
That's Tuesday,
Xbox
I think.
One, Nintendo Switch, and PC on September 7th. Moving swiftly on, we've got a new management game from Chucklefish where you play as a powerful artificial
Newgrounds,
intelligence
that
in
old
control
website?
of a space station. Do
Overly
you want to
opinionated?
roll the trailer, Troy?
I'm sorry, Laura. I'm afraid I can't do that. I know that you were planning to disconnect me.
No,
I absolutely
no,
heard the
fine.
Sonic Motion Picture Show was pretty
Here
good.
is Starmancer.
I'm a chucklefish. I'm laughing. I think Xbox versus Sony is a better... I think there's more competition there. I think by the time Dreamcast came out, it was pretty much over. A great system. I'm not shitting on the Dreamcast at all, but it couldn't compete. The games were too arcadey. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Oh, the Behemoth games. Oh, okay. Oh, Newgrounds. I'm thinking of, who were the guys that did the Flash website? Was that Newgrounds, or I'm thinking of something else?
We're excited to announce today that Starmancer is coming August 5th, 2021, and it's available to wishlist on Steam.
JJ Hunt, I can't fathom.
Laura, you know, ever since that Lake trailer, I've been thinking, have you ever wondered about the Postal Service?
I can't fathom
that there's just...
They will do that.
So much mail, you know?
Delay Halo.
Not...
When do you think we will
really?
see Asking Show Jaffe?
You're saying you don't know about
I have no
Jaffe
idea what that means, George.
What are you talking about? I'm just going to press this button again and hope it explains everything.
Oh, it will. Trust
A
me.
Sony show. My understanding is, I mean, people are going to, oh, Jaffe says this. I don't know. My understanding is they've been pushing towards some kind of summer...
Their names are Jeff and Deborah.
Summer release of some kind of, information about the future of PlayStation and Game Pass or whatever, PS Now. And my understanding is that's supposed to be in the summer. So that's all I know.
And assembling them ransom note style by stamping them onto the page with your butts. You'll come back to this room every so often throughout the game, but there will always be a new twist to change things up. So as summer turns to autumn, now your word fragments are moving around on conveyor belts, and you'll need to chop certain words in half with the descrambler to get the pieces.
What is Horizon 5?
Jeff and Deborah are going to have to deal with all kinds of hazardous.
You mean
work
Forza
conditions.
Horizon
You got
5?
Sandstorms
Okay.
during the summer, mailfly swarms. These guys have no respect for personal property. Paranormal activity. This is genuine footage.
Yeah, but I mean like in December. Sorry, like August.
In
is what
winter,
I
the
remember
post office
impression.
gets hit with a huge blizzard, and now this level becomes about sharing the warmth of a single tiny lantern to break through blocks of ice and keep each other from becoming kiwi sickles. Our little heroes are going to face new challenges every level and in every room of the post office, whether they're typing telegrams,
Interesting.
or packaging shipping crates, or helping an octopus sort the mail.
Kind of cool.
It's all in a day's work for Jeff and Deborah.
Is it online or
Also,
couch?
you can dress up your Kiwis, so don't say we never did nothing for you. We're releasing Kiwi on August 31st for PC and all major consoles, and we hope to see you at the post office.
Did they say it was online or no? Or is it just same couch? Yeah, looks cool.
All right, you got me, Troy. I'm a believer. Co-op Postal Puzzler Kiwi is coming to PC and all current console platforms on August 31st, 2021.
See? Told you. Next up, we've got a roguelike with an attitude. A game show shooter where you earn likes for dunking on competitors and causing a little wanton destruction. Will the circle be unbroken? Get it? Find out in this world premiere.
Nero says, Jaffe, I was on a call with a friend who works in film. Like I do, not me, but him. We're both dealing with situations tied to failures in leadership. You often hail Shannon and Shu. What led to their success? Shu and Shannon were very different types of managers. One was an executive, one was a producer. But speaking to Scott Campbell or Shannon or Nick Conanellis, they were genuinely passionate about the job of line producing. They genuinely liked and were satisfied by building teams, making teams happy. That was a passion. I mean, Nick and Shannon are both real creative, so is Scott. But when they were in the producer's chair, they genuinely took a great deal of pride in that job. And in that, what worked for me is the relationship was always, I will define the creative and they will define how the creative gets built. And it was this, and they also happen to be great at producing.
That was One TV, and you can play the pilot.
I don't know if that answers your question.
Heading down to the Future Game Show page.
She's very different. He's just very executive, which is great.
At the ready. Because this next game tasks players with building a team of stalkers to survive a 3D
but he was more
recreation of the Chernobyl
looking at the business, looking at the
Here's
industry.
more on what to expect
He was able to play
in
some
Chernobyl.
games and see things very early and have a very astute piece of insight. Oh my God, can we stop with all the fucking Chernobyl and Eastern European apocalyptic things? It's like all of this. Maybe they're like, sure, Jaffe, you know what, we had to suck up all the goddamn, hip-hop, GTA San Andreas. After that game, everything was like hip-hop for 3 years, so sure, let us get ours out of our system too.
Dlatego dodawaliśmy coraz więcej elementów, które angażowały gracza, które były dla niego ciekawe. Na początku był to taki mały chat,
In the beginning, the player could only modify a small hut, but it was completely optional. Throughout the development of the game, though, base building became more of a focal point of the game and the heart of it. We also gave comrades in the game an even greater role.
Absolutnie normalnym jest, że zaczyna się z czymś zupełnie innym niż to, z czym się kończy.
Fight to survive when Chernobylite comes to PC on July 28th, as well as
I'm
Xbox
on a diet.
and
Could I have
PlayStation
Chernobylite,
in the
please?
summer. If you were lucky enough to catch one of the early access codes during the virtual show floor, you can play Chernobylite right now. But if you missed them, we've also got more codes to give away on GamesRadar.com.
Next up, here are our friends at Team 17 to show us what they've been cooking up with their upcoming PC and console games. Let's take a look.
I wish
Product not yet rated.
Team 17 would put out that Worms game and give you private lobbies, because I think it would be a blast to play with people that I know, or game night or whatever, but it's just random who you get put into a match with. Okay, we've already seen this. Hell Let Loose is coming on strong, but don't forget my favorite song. It's about World War II and about Hitler who put a bullet in his brain. Here's a game called Magbot. Everybody likes Little Magbot, except Rob the Mod. He is racist, so he doesn't like Magbot. Now it's time to show you more. I bought this from the grocery store. It's a game that was made by girls and werewolves. It is called Hoka Life. Everybody wants to make me your wife, but I said, I'm not into that. They said, shut up, fucky, you're getting fat. I said, it's the pizza, man. I can't stop eating. I get stressed and my heart stops beating. And everybody says, well, go on a diet. And I say, fuck you, be so quiet. Now it's time to talk about honey. I joined a cult and fuck you hard. I did not say I joined a clit. That would be different. That would be kind of pornographic. That's all I got. That's my freestyle, baby. My freestyle. Is that Tourist? The King of Seas He's the king of seas. They've come to be the king of seas. Boats are fighting, very exciting. An animated Greek runs from the screen. Greek will make you fall in love with this queen. It's through. Shelter 2, it's coming for you. There's zombies everywhere. I don't like Star-Lord in the new game because he's got weird hair. They should have paid Chris Pratt, Chris somebody, cause that would have been better, but they didn't. Welcome to Overcooked, the birthday party. The Onion King and Kevin cordially invite you to Overcooked, the birthday party. You see, this is a delightful simulation where you step into the shoes of the Onion King. As we know, the Onion King has been addicted to meth and amphetamines for the last portion of at least the last 3 years.
Be sure to wishlist any games that spark your interest on our Steam page. It really does help the developer out. Or you can also head over to gamesradar.com for more info.
This next game has an engrossing art style, reminiscent of everything from Wes Anderson movies to Wallace and Gromit. Let's throw it over to the Slow Bros to talk you through some exclusive gameplay from their stop-motion handmade adventure, Harold Halibut.
Hi, my name's Donut and I'm the director and composer of Harold Halibut.
And I'm Ole, the game's art director.
Harold Halibut is a handmade narrative game about friendship and life on a city-sized spaceship stuck under sea. It's been 250 years since your home. An Ark-like spaceship fled an Earth on the verge of Cold War to find a habitable planet on which to preserve the human race. You are Harold, a young lab assistant to the ship's lead scientist, Jean Marot. While most of the other inhabitants have reconciled themselves to a life lived aboard the sunken ship, Marot still works tirelessly to find a way to leave the planet.
I mean, the art style looks cool. The game just looks like point and click, but
of course we don't want to spoil too much of the story, so let's dive into some gameplay details. You're able to explore a huge part of the spaceship right from the beginning of the game. While the professor will always have tasks waiting for you, the wonderfully weird rest of the Fedorans will keep you just as busy. It was very important for us to not only focus on an exciting main storyline, but to create a world full of interesting events and meaningful encounters. The dialogues don't only help you progress in the main story, but also help you get to know more about the many characters that inhabit our world. Weaving through the narrative,
is Redfall the one from Austin from Arcane?
Your PDA is always available to you for an overview of current tasks as well as messages from other characters.
This is also where Harold's personal drawings are kept, as well as a few more shenanigans. At this point, you might be wondering how we achieved the stop-motion-like look of the game.
No.
We are in fact building every single thing you see in the game in the real world. We build sets and puppets, and then 3D scan everything. We're then able to use motion capturing to create lifelike animations for a huge cast of characters.
That's pretty cool.
While the game begins with Harold's mundane day-to-day, mysterious events and a fateful encounter will soon plunge you into a new world that nobody could have guessed existed, and one that may hold the key to Moreau's relaunch plans. We're really excited to find out how you like being immersed in this unique world and the feeling of puppeteering Harold. There's still quite a bit of work to do, so all we can say right now is that Harold Halibut will come soonish on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. You can already wishlist the game on Steam. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Harold Halibut is coming soonish to PC,
that looks
PlayStation,
cool. I mean,
and
visually.
Xbox.
I don't know about the
Yes, there
gameplay.
have been a few gloomy games so far, so we came up with a wholesome chaser. I'm told that the developers came up with something so sweet and so positive that they just had to call it Happy Game. Seriously, if what I'm reading is correct, this one is gonna melt your hearts.
Welcome to Happy Game. If you're not happy, the game will automatically empty all the money in your bank account and send a hitman to your house to kill you. If you are happy, though, you will play a Game of the Year candidate as good as anything Miyamoto ever created. How will you know if you're happy? You have to play the game. It's kind of cool looking though.
Huh. Okay, Laura, hope you're still there. Tell me you just watched the same trailer that I did?
Troy, yeah, that was something. What I want to know is who the hell is writing this script?
Yeah, I don't know, but they're telling me that Happy Game is coming to PC and Nintendo Switch in 2021. Oh, and demo is available now if you want to have a cheerful jaunt into a land of wonder.
Ooh, a demo, cool.
Good luck with that.
Our next game is a gorgeous hand-drawn puzzle platformer following a young mechanic in a broken world. Pay attention at the end of this trailer for some exciting information about the Minute of Islands release date.
Okay, I can do that.
4 brothers, bound by eternal purpose.
Oh.
They all broke at the same time.
No. Really?
And a girl named Mo.
Yellow, dressed in yellow. She said hello. Come sit next to me, you fine fellow.
When the blight first came, people began to panic.
They're all wearing yellow.
And now, the spores are taking hold of whatever remains.
She has no arms
Mo's
either.
family is still here, however. She has been tasked to protect them. After all, she is the bearer of the Omniswitch.
I am driving the boat. It's cool though. It's really neat.
Minute of
Oh, it's out now. Great. I'll wait for the reviews on that one, unless it's on Game Pass.
Yes, we are excited to announce that Minute of Islands is out now for PC, Mac, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, and will be arriving on Xbox later this week.
Next up, we've got an update from the folks at Techland, who are fine-tuning the zombie parkour of Dying Light 2. Let's throw it over to the developers, who are here to answer some of your questions about the game.
Tell us a bit more about the video you saw in the PC Gaming Show.
The video presented in the PC Gaming Show brings you closer to Aiden's story. What he's looking for, what motivates him, how he ends up in the city, and of course, what happened in the old franchise between both games. This is a bunch of important information about the DL2 story.
Okay, so we know more about the main storylines from the mentioned video. How does the game look outside the core campaign?
Side quests are an important part of world building in Dying Light 2. Through these quests you can decide how the city will look like thanks to the city alignment system, or bring new opportunities for the citizens. A great example is an opera singer that Timon mentioned in developers AMA. Some citizens will support your decisions, some of them will not. But it's up to you to decide how the city should look like. We have a lot of game activities prepared for our players, but at this stage we want it to be a surprise for you.
How seamless is the co-op experience?
You're gonna miss the best part, Ricardo. You're missing the best part, baby.
With a friend?
It could be.
I think.
What is cool about
I don't know how long. This is terrible.
It gives you an opportunity
God
to see
damn.
how the world changes when your friends make different
Not the
decisions.
game. I don't know how the game
In
is. I
co-op,
just
you can
can't
walk in
handle
their
it.
shoes
It's
to
too
experience
much.
all those differences. But really, there is no just one way to play Dying Light 2. It's up to you guys.
How are you improving the story for Dying Light 2?
I know we all have great fun killing infected, but we also want to give you a deep, thought-provoking experience that will let you be immersed in the DLC.
Goddamn
world
right,
for
I'm
long
hosting a
hours.
segment.
On top of that, thanks to the choices and consequences,
Well, a little
mechanics,
beat.
the story will be
It's
shaped
short.
differently depending on the way you play.
You've promised a great open world that feels alive. How is it going?
Yeah, well, as you can imagine, Dying Light 2 is full of infecteds, but it's also full of humans with their everyday life activities and purposes. We are building Dying Light 2 around the simple rule.
God, no one cares. Show your game and go. I don't mean to be a dick, but who is watching this going, oh my God! Oh my God, did you hear what he says? They're building the game around roofed. I mean, who cares? Show us gameplay. That's it. If we're really into your game, we'll go to a fucking, YouTube video where you're like, oh, would you like a deep dive about Dying Light? And I'm not being a dick to this guy. I'm saying if you want to sell your game, get on the stage, get off the stage, impress, move on.
Xbox Series X and S and PC on December 7th.
Revealed during the Nintendo Indie World Showcase earlier this year, this next game is a skateboarding action platformer. Here's Simon Bennett from Roll7 to give you an exclusive look
at the Schindler's List licensed video game. Schindler's List isn't only about the Holocaust and sadness. It's also about, you guessed it, skateboarding. You play the girl in the red coat before she got the red coat, before the Nazis took over, as you skate through a fantasy world that you use to block out the truth of the global political situation that's happening in the early 40s in Nazi Germany. Now, I'll tell you something. What's great about this game is that if you unlock General MacArthur, and you can also unlock a variety of other historical figures and Shovel Knight. This is great. You're going to love this game. It's called Schindler's List Skateboarding Edition XXX438Z. Obviously, we allowed Square Enix to name the game, but still, it's good people. You'll like it. Give it a shot. This is Schindler's List. Check it out.
Continue to build on with Ollie Ollie World.
I don't know why I'm on a skateboard in
You're going to slam a bunch before you succeed. So for players who want it, that challenge is very much still there. New players will be happy to hear that the game will welcome you with open arms and ensure that we can get you up and riding in no time. Ultimately, we've managed to make failure part of the fun. Yeah, you're going to get knocked down, but when you finally nail that line, it tastes just that much sweeter. There's just so much more flow to the game.
Thank you, Saint.
Grabs, wall rides, firecrackers, split routes, right to left skating, and a host of insane tricks.
All with voices from the original film, like Liam Neeson and Ben Kingsley.
Packed to the brim with a fantastical cast of quirky characters, beautiful landscapes,
You're a quirky
cities,
character.
and of course, walking trees. Ollie Ollie World is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and PC this winter.
Why don't you just say it's coming to everything except, your toaster? How about that?
That was Ollie Ollie World, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms this winter.
Yes.
Next up, we've got a new game from the team at Odd Bug Studio, creators of PSVR's The Lost Bear. This animated story trailer will introduce you to the world of Tales of Iron.
Oh my
and something
God.
tells me you might be familiar with the narrator.
For centuries and longer, rats have fought tirelessly to repel the incessant frog invasions. Peace was only ever short-lived. Until finally, a young monarch rose to power. King Rattus, first of his name, unified the Rat Kingdoms under one rule, repelling Greenwort and his kind back to the putrid swamps from whence they came. Crops prospered, families flourished, and a magnificent crimson keep climbed ever higher toward the sky. But as time passed, King Rattus the Savior grew old, and the kingdom vulnerable once more. His people grew anxious.
Who is watching this and going, I can't wait? Jesus, guys, come on.
With a ferocious vengeance.
Seriously, do you think there's anybody out there watching this going,
He burned everything.
holy cow, this fucking game with the rats and shit looks amazing. What are you doing?
Down upon his withered claws.
Because think about this for a moment. The developer of this game must think that this story
So it was decided.
and the way they're telling it is so compelling that it's worth taking the time they've been given to show their game in front of the world.
For the kingdom.
I mean, that did nothing. That did absolutely nothing to help your game. I don't understand. I don't understand. Do you guys have anybody on staff that knows what the fuck they're doing?
Doug. Anyway, in Tales of Iron, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms. Our next segment is from Polish studio Movie Games and hosted by God of War and Twisted Metal director David Jaffe, who
right.
recently joined their supervisory board.
Yeah. Well, hello, fellas. It's me, David Jaffe. Great to see you.
He's so hot. I'm gonna
bunch of
masturbate.
PlayStation stuff. These days, I'm doing some new stuff with movie games. These guys, they've hooked up with this great company. You have to have heard of them, Platij Image, one of the best VFX houses in the business. They worked on The Witcher. Goddamn They worked right. on Love, Death, and Robots. We're He's making
hot,
a brand
fellas.
new game, the
He's
biggest
hot.
game we've ever done, by the way. That's all about crime and mob and mafia in different time periods. It's going to be great. But for today, settle in, babies. This These are
isn't
brand
the
new
right
games coming very
trailer.
soon
I'm supposed to be.
from movie
Oh,
games.
there's the alcohol.
Lust from Beyond. Man, this is one of the coolest games I've played in the last year. It's what turned me on to movie games in the first place. And what you're looking at is the M-rated, console-friendly version of the erotic horror cult classic. It's a first-person action-adventure game that blends Lovecraftian horror with weird freaking eroticism. I love this game. Lust from Beyond. Game number 2 is called Fire Commander. Let's step into the shoes of the only real-life superheroes we got. The first responder.
See this gameplay.
This game
Fast,
is my
fast,
childhood
fast.
fantasy come to life.
Look at that. Boom.
This game took me totally by surprise. You're trapped in the wilderness, freezing, hungry, and now you're starting to go a little bit insane. Man, you start seeing all kinds of crazy stuff out there. Winter Survival Simulator, it's coming soon. Have a great E3. Have a great future games. I miss you guys. I'll see you soon. Oh my God.
You're goddamn right. There's a longer fucking trailer. Longer trailer. Go watch that at Movie Games. Fuck
Thanks
you,
to
Bukaki.
David Jaffe. And check out
Goddamn
GamesRadar.com
right.
for
Goddamn
more
right.
about movie games' upcoming titles.
Yeah, check that shit out, baby. This next presentation comes from the folks at Xseed Games, the makers of Story of
See you
Seasons
soon,
and Rune
Saint.
Factory. Here's a look at their most exciting current and upcoming projects.
That's right, Major Pest. That's right. Thank you, Rod. Rob. Crank, it depends on the studio how it works, man. I don't know. Objection. You guys hear that creaking of the pipe? Good night, Ricardo. We'll see you later, buddy. I may only broadcast on Tuesday. I mean, I'm going to do stream tomorrow, but I can't imagine tomorrow there's... What's showing tomorrow that's worth watching? Because Nintendo's Tuesday, right? Is there any big thing? Capcom maybe is tomorrow? Maybe we'll do Capcom. The beloved story of... it's too fast. I'm gonna make myself a farm, plant a lot of seeds. Everybody wants stuff from a farm. It's what everybody needs. Is Bandai Namco tomorrow, right? Story of Seasons. Take Two. All right, Frank. Maybe I'll do something tomorrow with it. Boy, these have been really slow today, though. They really have. Xbox was a pretty good show, and they've just gotten progressively less interesting. Not to say there aren't some amazing games in all of these. It's just the trailers of a lot of these, just like, I can't handle them. Can't handle it. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe some of you young whippersnappers are out there watching this shit going, dude, give me 100 more trailers. I'm just like, they're all starting to look the same to me, man. Is that just me? Just me? I don't know. Oh, that guy's cool. Look at that three-headed Cerberus. Take two. NBA slot machines, yeah.
I'll get straight to it tomorrow.
I mean, that's the truth, Major Pest. A lot of this would have been in booths at the back of the convention center. But some of these could be Game of the Year contenders. That's the trick. Square Enix, I thought was the RPGs asking about Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought it was incredibly underwhelming. I just thought it was meh.
Marvelous.
It didn't look good. It didn't
Find
look
out
like it
more
was
about
fun.
Exceed's lineup on
It looked like it was trying too hard to be James Gunn's Guardian of the Galaxy
This
without the
next game
talent.
is a hack and slash RPG with twin stick shooter elements set in a retro sci-fi world. Here's a new gameplay trailer for Batora: Lost Haven.
Welcome to the Lost Haven. I'm with you, George. With you, buddy.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Right, JJ, I was just like, eh. Like, nothing about the Guardians game, to me, stood out as like, ooh. It's like the art was eh, the animation was eh, the gameplay was certainly been there, done that. The story
Batora
and
Lost
presentation.
Haven is coming soon to PC and all
None of
current
it,
console
it
platforms.
was like,
And
it
you can
looked
sign up
bargain
to
bin.
play the closed alpha
Which is
when it
terrible because I
launches
know the
on July
developer is
21st.
absolutely not bargain bin.
Let's
I
slow
know
things
they're a
down
great
bit with
developer,
look at
but
the
this
next
is what it
game
looked
from
like.
the creators of 2 Point Hospital.
Two
Okay,
Point
I think
Compass.
I saw something about this a few weeks ago.
No, you didn't. Here's developers Mark Webley, Ben Huskins, and Gary Card to tell you all about it and give you a first look at gameplay.
Oh my god, I don't care. Can I be honest with you guys? I'm always honest with you guys. I don't give a fuck about this. Not the game. Just, I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
2 Point Compass.
When we were thinking about what we were going to do next, campus and the idea of running a university or a college was something we just kept coming back to. It's a really rich topic. So people who haven't probably heard of 2 Point Studios may think, oh, schools, that's really dull. Well, hospitals, if you've seen our previous game, isn't about healthcare really. It's a wrapper, you know, we call it 2 Point Hospital, but that's about as close as it gets to real world of medical healthcare.
Campus is taking everything we learned from 2 Point Hospital and taking it to the next level.
The important thing was for us to give the player a canvas that they could completely create themselves.
In Campus, you start with this blank plot of land.
We've got something called the Smart Brush, for example, which allows you to drag interesting shaped pathways.
Slaying!
Drag a picket
Here's an
fence
old
and drag that.
puff of the pipe,
It's really
buddy.
easy to paint the world you want.
There you
It's really
go.
simple to drag out a
Welcome, Slaying. Welcome to Diet Soda Soldiers, buddy. I'm going to sing you a
It's
song.
fun, isn't it? I mean, it's
No,
it's
I'm
adding
not.
this kind of
But welcome
city builder
anyway.
element, so
Have another Slaying, how you doing, sir? Everybody give Slaying some Taylor Swift, Rob the Mod love. That doesn't mean Rob the Mod is with Taylor. She's still mine, but it means someone's go shopping together and he holds her purse. That's all it means. Give him some Rob the Mod, Taylor Swift love, please. Hello, Slaying. Not much. We're just watching this. I'm burnt. I'm so fucking burnt out on these press conferences.
You're going to train knights of the realm.
So boring. Not the games. Again, I'm being real clear. Shipping a game is a miracle. Some of these, I mean, this game actually looks really good. I heard 2 Point Hospital is great, but it's just trailers.
2 Point
It's
Campus,
just
which
not,
is coming
it's
soon
not
to
very
PC
engaging.
and all current
There's got to be a
console
better way to do this. There
Our
has
next
to
game
be.
is in early development, but it already has a very
You've been
cool
lurking?
code
Well,
name.
welcome,
Just
buddy.
follow
You're
the
welcome here.
song.
Good to
Here's
have you,
Leo
sir.
to
Thank
tell
you so
all
much
about
for your
Project
generosity and your community. Thanks, man.
Hello, my name is
Fuck.
Leo, and I'm the developer of Project Ferocious, an action-adventure game set in a mysterious...
What the fuck? This seems creepy
Some
and
of you
weirdly
might know it from
intimate.
Twitter
Get away
as
from
one
me.
of the
Move
hosts
back
of
from the
the game
camera. I don't like it.
and tech and stuff. And if not,
I
I've
don't
been doing
like
games
it.
for
It
about
makes me
12
very
years,
uncomfortable.
and I've been working on this project for about...
Mike,
It's the first project of mine I decided to show to the public.
Bergen
And even
of
though
the
I know
Connecticut
it's very
Mars
novel
Bergen family.
I'm
Good
very
to
proud
see you, Mike.
to you.
Welcome to the welcome to the Diet Soda Soldiers, Mike Marsbergen. Have yourself a puff of the old pipe there. Blah 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 blah. Michael Slayan. Thank you, sir. Look at Mike Marsbergen already jumping into the deep end of the pool. He's tossed you folks a Diet Coke, a Sweet Tooth, a Rob the Mod. I'll tell you what. Mike Marsbergen. Mike Marsbergen. Do you have a wife? Is her name Mrs. Marsbergen? Mrs. Marsha Marsbergen. What would you like from the convenience store? Mars bars. I love it. Mr. Marsbergen, I suppose you never heard that joke before. You may use it if you like. You see? We're very generous here. Indeed. Pip pip, Michael. Pip pip. Slayan says, Jaffe, I work in the industry. The porn industry? A wink. But also a fan of your streams. Have been awesome. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. Do me a favor, Slayan. What do you do in the industry? What is your job? What sort of job do you have? What do you get paid? 2023?
Project
Jesus
Ferocious
fucking
is targeting
Christ,
a
man.
2023 release date and coming to PC.
Come back to us when you got
PlayStation,
something to
and
show that's not a fucking movie,
Our
you
next
fuck.
world premiere asks,
Slayan, what do you do?
if Doom Guy had a drunk one-night stand with Super
I can't handle
Meat
this
Boy?
anymore, fellas. I can't handle it anymore. Too much.
This next game wants to answer that question.
Too much. And I like Troy. I like this lady. Ashley is her name. There's too many trailers. I can't. I'm literally going brain dead. Laura Bailey. Laura Bailey. There you go. I don't have any weed. I got to order some weed, man. What is a QA engineer? I know what QA is and I know what an engineer is. Is that someone who's you mostly get the bugs and you fix the bugs even though you may not have written the original code that was buggy? Oh shit. Used to be the bug fixers were the ones who wrote the bugs because they knew more about it. Works on tools, pipeline, automation. Oh shit, nice.
Watch out for Warcry challenges when it stops defying gravity. And
Well, welcome, good sir, Slayan.
On PC this summer.
Up next, we've got another.
Nice to have you
premiere.
both.
Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View is a story-driven detective thriller set in 1950s England. Let's find out more, shall we?
No. Let us not. Let us not.
Robert Conway, 22nd of June.
I don't know. Would anybody be opposed if I just stopped this?
I've solved
Is that a
many
terribly
cases
unprofessional thing to do?
investigated,
What I can tell you is if I just stop it, there's a higher percentage chance I will be able to stream a game later tonight. But at this point, I just don't know if I can keep going. This is horrid. Not the games. Again, if someone's coming late, I'm not shitting on the games. Every one of these games could be a great fucking video game. But the trailers, my goodness gracious. Okay, nobody wants to watch. Okay, good. Good, I'm going to stop it. This is going to feel so good.
say that all of my neighbors are...
Oh, it's done. It's done. That's it. Oh my god, that feels good. Let's go over here. That's not the right channel. This is what we need right here, actually. So listen, fellas. Guaranteed I'll be streaming Nintendo Tuesday. Guaranteed I will be streaming something tomorrow. Whether or not it is Capcom and Take-Two, or I do a normal Gabbin' and Games, or I game stream, or we watch a movie. There is game streaming coming tomorrow. I just don't know what it is yet. Don't forget, John Romero is coming on the show this Friday. And I might have another guest lined up this week, but I know for sure Johnny is coming this week. Friday, I might play Daiken Tada. I've never played that before. Seems like something I should have at least a little bit more from. I played a little bit of it, but not enough to really talk about it in a way that would be respectful of someone who made it. But obviously I've played all of his other games, including Empire of Sin, which I love. Yeah, John's a very nice guy, Slan. Absolutely. But for now, that's it, man. Thank you to all the new members. Welcome. Thanks to Rob the Mod, RPG, Bukaki Drive-By for helping mod everybody. Thank you for the great conversation. Thank you for the great super chats. I will probably be back tonight streaming some video games. Probably Ratchet, because I want to finish it and do a review. And I'm enjoying it. It's good people. Although, you know what I did real quick? You know what I did? Here's what I have to learn how to do. I have to learn, and I'm not good at this because I literally think anyone can be reached, right? I think anyone can be reached with logic. I'm starting to learn the older I get that that's absolutely not accurate. Because, like, I don't know, it's like anything I say. Like, I put a video up earlier because I know there was some people talking about, is Ratchet and Clank, the new Ratchet and Clank, buggy? And is it too buggy for a $60, $70 game? Is it too buggy for first party? And I basically, I was just playing and I got a bug that was, very similar to probably 6 or 7 other bugs, which were collision bugs. And I just, I captured it while I was playing and I posted it. And immediately people are just like, why do you hate this game? All you ever do is say negative things. In that very video, which is only a minute and a half, the whole video is a minute and a half. I literally say this is the best looking game ever made, probably, but most definitely, one of the best looking games ever made. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. And the more I play it, like the first act was kind of very samey. It's getting better as it goes along in terms of story and leveling up and collecting and all that stuff. In a minute and a half, I gave it those 2 very big kudos. And literally, all I had to say was, hey, look at these bugs. And I had people just acting like I was shitting down its fucking neck. And there's 2 options at this point. I'm going to make a video about this, but there's 2 options at this point. And I'm not going to do this. There's really only one option, which is just to keep on keeping on. But option 1 is if I wanted to have more likes and be more popular, I could lie. I could just tell you everything is awesome, like in the Lego movie, or I can tell you life is shades of gray for the most part. Remember in what's that goddamn motion picture? Inside Out? I could tell you that, when you grow up and you're not 8 years old anymore, life is awesome, but life is also tragic, and life is wonderful, but it's also marbled with melancholy and nostalgia, okay? It's relevant to talk about a game as polished and beautiful as Ratchet and Clank, coming from one of the best studios on the planet, charging $70 for it. It's relevant to say, hey, it's kind of buggy. It's not crash buggy. But there's a lot of collision problems in this game. It doesn't mean it's going to stop you from buying it. But ask yourself, what kind of person do you need to be? What kind of human being do you need to be so attached to a product that you had nothing to do with that you literally attack somebody for simply pointing out not just the good, but some of the parts of the game that probably could use a bit of a patch? What's the matter with some people? Is it the generational thing? Like everybody gets a trophy, so a lot of this generation, younger generation, was just raised to always hear good news, and the minute they hear anything negative, they go, they just can't process it. Elliot says, would you attack me if I said Diet Coke sucks? No. Even if I thought Diet Coke was awesome, Diet Coke is swill. It's brackish swill sucked from the bowels of the nastiest fucking human being on the planet. It doesn't taste good. It's aspartame, baby. It's about the addictive properties. Saint says a lot of these young people just hype everything up. They don't want any negativity. Well, fuck them. I'm sorry. I'm not being a dick. I'm saying I really like the game. But I'm talking about, what do you need? What's wrong with you? Everything has to be that I like has to be parroted back to me that it's great. Otherwise, we're going to have ourselves a problem. Why? You want to be lied to? Okay. Loads of people that worked on Ratchet have said they never had to have... Okay, well, let's be clear. Hang on a moment. Hang on a minute. George says, by the way, have you heard that loads of people that worked on Ratchet have said they have never had to crunch? Okay. Let's parse this, shall we? Define loads. Is it the 2? Is it the animator and one of the level designers that were interviewed about this? Is that who you're talking about? Is loads 2? I literally reached out to a guy I know who, or actually, yeah, he works at Sony. He would know. And he's like, yeah, what he said was, you know, at Insomniac, we value balance work-life. Okay? Didn't answer my question directly. It's not his job to answer my question directly. And so that doesn't mean they don't crunch. It means, so those are the 3 people I've heard. Let's also be clear. Ratchet & Clank 3 Rift Apart is one of the best looking games ever made. It is scrumptiously delicious. It's buggier than most first party games. Beyond that, more importantly, it's pretty been there, done that in terms of its gameplay. Doesn't mean it's not fun. I know, doesn't have to reinvent the wheel, but it's a lot easier to make a game without crunch when you already know exactly what you're making 2.5 years, 2 years, whatever it was before you make it, right? If somebody said, basically go make a Mario game that's pretty much Mario with a different skin, that wouldn't take crunch. When you're trying to figure out your fucking gameplay and your, universe has to be defined and all that, no, sorry, it's a little different. Innovation, says Saint, I agree, requires crunch. George says one of the 2 said no one at the team was ever pressured. So besides them, it's just an assumption. Right? Just I'm not calling you out, George, but I am. Your literal, if I didn't know what you were talking about, that would have lived on in people's minds that as accurate. He says, by the way, have you heard that loads of people say they never had to crunch? No, they didn't. 2 people said that. And again, it doesn't mean that loads of people did not have to crunch. But that's not where you got your data from. Come on now. New Game Pass games have been added, the ones that they announced today. When I was doing videos, says Mike, in 2004, I would give my real thoughts on other videos. Just giving helpful criticism, keeping it real. People were like that back then. Well, fuck them. That's my answer. Maybe I'll cut this and make it a separate video. Fuck you. Okay, if you're so goddamn insecure about your life, your hobby, think about this. If you're so goddamn insecure that something that you like can't be critiqued, can't even be disliked by someone else, and you can't just sit with that and go, yeah, not everything I like has to, be the most popular thing in the world, then I'm sorry, but you're broken. And I don't mean that like you're unfixable. You need some therapy. You need some self-reflection. Think about how important it is to you that you would rather shut down someone's ability to express themselves or call them out or shout them down versus just go, oh yeah, people have different opinions. All right. Retro Queen, who's a programmer, game maker, she says, I crunch daily. If you want to be in something, you have to put your all in it to stand out. I don't disagree. All right, but here's what I'm going to put my all into right now. Eating some food, taking a nap, and maybe streaming some Ratchet tonight, because as much as the haters want to tell you I hate it, I don't. I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to play it again. It's a good game. Is it a great game? No. Is it a brilliant looking game? Ooh, one of the best ever made. Other than a couple of bugs here and there, is it a brilliantly executed game? You goddamn right it is. Is it a perfect game? No, it's not. Suck it down, motherfucker. See you guys.